the sport. You were witnessing history here today.
Lightning, when it flashes, tells a story of it all. So we'll keep on
Champions will be crowned.
thinking we'll smoke out the liars. We don't give up when we're tired.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural Supercross Futures AMA National Championship.
Someday, we're gonna rule the world. I know someday, we're gonna rule the world. Counting down to explosion. I hear the moment approaching. Someday, we're gonna rule the world.
Welcome back to the studio. I'm Mike Garris alongside Dave Derringer. Dave, we're halfway through the show. We have seen some fantastic racing so far. I think we got a whole lot more coming up these next 24 motos.
Yeah, just had a intermission, some track maintenance, getting into these second motos, and we're going to crown some championships here in a little bit. We got 24 motos to go through, and we've seen some wild stuff in those first motos. We'll see what's going to happen in these second motos.
Yeah, it almost seemed like in the first set of motos that if you're the leader on the last lap, that's like the worst lap for you in those first set of motos. So we'll see if these second motos go any better for these guys and if they can hold it together to win those championships.
Absolutely. They've fixed up the track, and it looks good once again, and as they've been doing a couple times throughout the day. So get a start, get out there, and get going. What we're also going to do is interview the champions of each class after these second motos.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to hear from all of them as well, and just part of the whole Supercross Futures experience, being able to be on the big stage and get those kind of interviews. You don't get that at a local race and things like that, so that's going to be cool to hear from them as well. As you mentioned, they got the track all sorted out. Everything's dialed in on the track, but the weather's changing, the track's changing. It's going to be a little bit drier than we saw in the first set of motos. This morning, the sun wasn't quite up. We had some shadowy spots. The track was wet in places, things like that. Don't think that's going to be an issue here in the second set of motos.
Yeah, it is a little warmer, obviously, and the sun is fully baking out there. No clouds in the sky, so maybe we will see it dry up and get harder in some sections. And could that favor one rider or another? You don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we definitely saw some riders that looked like this morning they liked the track maybe this morning a little better than they did yesterday when it dried out. And then, like he said, second set of motos, we're going to see the opposite with those riders as well. So we're getting set to go racing here for a second set of motos. Thank you for joining us here on Supercross Futures. Once again, I'm Mike Garris alongside Dave Derringer. Stay tuned. It's moto number 2 coming your way.
All right, now in the booth with me is Mike Pelletier from the AMA, our Supercross director. And Mike, we are going to crown some champions here. Tell me about the process and what you're going to do.
Yeah, it's super exciting. You know, we've been building this up since January. Here we are in October. Kids are ready. This is some of their biggest days of their lives here out there. So it's pretty exciting to meet them on the podium, crown national champions, you know, shake their hand, give them the number 1 plate, the full feel that they get to see their, their heroes do back in May on that same stage. So it's pretty cool. And let's face it, these kids are the next generation coming up. So I'm sure sooner than later they will be on that stage on Saturday nights for sure.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see them there. So you got full number 1 plates for each class. Do they get trophies? I know they're going to, the top 3 will be on the podium. The winner will get an interview from Sarah Jessica as well. But full number 1 plates for everyone, right?
Full number 1 plates for sure. National championship, take it totally serious and give them the full experience. You know, the top 3 will get awards. They'll even get another award of that number 1 plate. But to be able to shake their hands and after a good day's to work and present that number 1 plate. It's an awesome feeling for not only them, but us as well at the AMA.
Well, thanks for coming up here. Get down there. I know you got to get down on the podium and crown those champs. We'll see you on the screen here in a little bit. Mike Peltier, thanks for coming up.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we're going to move on. This is class number 1. It is Super Mini 1, 12 to 15 coming out, Mike. And this is it, buddy. This is the championships, the second motos. It all comes down to this. Who puts together the best motos?
Well, Hayden Deegan grabbing the whole shot here. This is what we saw him. He led this in moto number 1, and this is the moto that he had trouble in and ended up going down. And Deegan out front leading the way here in this one, trying to recoup from that last one. Deegan in moto number 1 finished up in the number 4 spot, it looks like.
Yes, I believe he did, as he comes up over the bridge. And for lap number 1, he'll take the right turn. You see the track was redone there and fixed up. The 16 of Miles Gilmore, who had a bad first moto. Oh, coming on in, trying to make a move. Hayden Deegan leading over the double into the tunnel. And they'll get into this rhythm section. You can see it's freshly groomed, so these guys first time out there, looking good through that rhythm.
Well, and Gilmore not able to make that double air after the finish line. That's going to let Gavin Towers start to close up the gap just a bit on him there. Here goes Hayden Deegan through this section. Crossing back across the start right now, the number 38 KTM Orange Brigade rider. Out front leading the way. Look at Gavin Towers. Towers trying to move to the inside right there, putting a move on Gilmore now as they head side by side down into Monster Alley outside the stadium. Look at that bar to bar, second and third, battling it out right now.
There's Towers. Slips into second. He does. He gets around Gilmore, so they're going at it. It's Hayden Deegan, Gavin Towers, and Miles Gilmore. Shows Grayson Fair in 4th. Actually, he moved back one. Gage Wilcox 4th, and Grayson Fair in 5th. Here they come, Mike. Look at this battle.
Well, Gavin Towers, our moto number 1 winner here. He's in second right now. As of right now, if it finished up the way it sits, oh, Towers get a little bit loose there. Towers would actually take the overall win as it sits. Deegan in that number 1 spot right now, trying to work his way back up and looking for a possible podium finish right now. He's looking at a possible second overall with a 4-1 if it were to finish the way it sits.
So Deegan up front, Gavin Towers in second, and Miles Gilmore in third. Gage Wilcox, Grayson Fair, and Noah Stevens, the top 6. Logan Lassar, Trey Valley, Talon Zollers, and Chase Meyer de Herrera round out the top 10 here. Lap number 2 in the books. Super Mini 1 on the track. And Hayden Deegan, the Danger Boy, as everyone knows him, ripping it up. Look at that style. He's got it going on.
Deegan has really stretched out his lead here on this last lap. Not sure where he found so much speed here on that one. Gavin Towers going to be dropping back just a bit from him now as they come through the sand section. Deegan heads up the CBD MD corner, up into the grandstands, back out again. Gavin Towers in second, Miles Gilmore in the number 3 spot. Wilcox in 4th and Fair in 5th. Look at the battle here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Gavin Towers in that number 2 spot. Towers with a rough lap on that one, a 1:06 for him. Deegan with a 1:03.
3 seconds. Yeah, I must have made a mistake that we didn't see off camera. Here's Gavin Towers right now on the 15 Team Green Monster Energy ride. Taking that high line there. And then you got Miles Gilmore right behind him. Gage Wilcox, Grayson Fair all in chase.
Yeah, Miles Gilmore on the number 16 trying to chase him down right now. Gilmore finished second, moto number 1. He's sitting in third right now, looking at a potential third overall here. They head back through the Dragon's Back, down Monster Alley, onto the outside of the track.
There's Towers. There's Gilmore. And
Gilmore scrubbing it there.
Grayson Fair and Wilcox closing in as well right there. They're having a battle of their own.
Interesting line right there from Wilcox as he's chasing down Grayson Fair. Through that back sweeper, he almost squared it off and ran a straight line. And rather than sweeping back into the stadium, he ran a straight line right up the inside. Here, a different line right there by the 16. Gilmore, he goes to the outside as he's trying to find a way to catch back up to Gavin Towers and try to put a move on him. A couple bike lengths apart right now. They are 0.8 of a second last time by the line. 4.7 seconds back from Hayden Deegan.
Yeah, Hayden's on it right now and not even in our screen. He's pulling away. It's Miles Gilmore trying to stay with Gavin Towers there. But Towers, like you said, with a 1 and a second currently, he might bring home this championship and get that number 1 plate from Pelletier down there. We'll see here in less than a minute.
Well, the interesting part about this, unlike the pro race that we saw in the Monster Cup race and throughout professional supercross racing, there's no real good spot for the mechanics for these guys to have pit boards and things like that, and they don't have somebody telling them, hey, you're in an overall, just back it down, finish where you're at, and you can wrap this thing up.
Good
so
point.
he's not out there necessarily able to do the math himself, obviously. He's focused on a whole lot of other things, so he may have no idea at this point that he's in an overall position to win this.
Good point. This is true. No flags yet, so Gavin Towers looking good. Out front is Hayden Deegan. Miles Gilmore giving chase still. So if Gilmore makes a move, would that change anything? With a 2-2, it'd probably keep him, he'd move him up maybe to second, but probably not much. Unless Hayden Deegan has a big problem, but right now he's looking good. Like you said, 4 seconds ahead of this battle right here.
Here they come back to the Dragonback section. Good line right there for both those riders. They head back down Monster Alley outside the stadium once again. There is your race leader as he's working his way around, looking for the checkered flag. Back into the stadium he goes. Hayden Deegan looking for a Moto number 2 win here in our Super Mini 1 class.
Back down the CBDMD grandstand corner and over the tunnel. Should see a white flag here from Trampus Newman, and there it is. So 1 to go for Hayden Deegan. Look at that lead. There's Gavin Towers in second, and Miles Gilmore in the 3rd spot. Here they come through the rhythm, and this is where he's shined in this class today. Look at how smooth. 1-1-1, double through there.
All 3 of these top riders right now, their fastest laps, a 1:02. As they're coming back around through that rhythm section once again here, looking at Gavin Towers. Towers looking for a potential overall win here. If he can hold on to this number 2 spot, he's just got to finish second in this moto. Miles Gilmore, of course, he wants to try and catch him and pass him, but I don't know that there's going to be enough time. Gavin Towers has done a fantastic job today. They had some tricky track conditions in Moto number 1. Towers was able to conquer the slightly slick and damp track early this morning at 7:30 in the morning. That gate dropped, and these guys were the first ones on the track to kick off today's racing. They make their way back around. Here comes that checkered flag now. The number 38, the Orange Brigade rider, Moto number 2 win, Hayden Deegan.
Looks back over his shoulder to see where Gavin Towers is. We'll see here if Gavin knows. So Hayden Deegan with a 4-1, but a Gavin Towers with the championship with a 1-2. The AMA National Championship on your screen right there. It is Gavin Towers, and he's going to make his way to the podium. Let's look back through the pack. Hayden Deegan with the win. Gavin Towers second. Miles Gilmore third. Grayson Fair will be fourth. Gage Wilcox is going to come across fifth on that 101 ride. Noah Stevens is sixth. Trey Valley is seventh. And Logan Lassar in that 8th spot. Talon Zollers should end up ninth. We're going to go down to the podium here momentarily as they gather them up together. And our next class, Mike, will be 250B. And that was a good one earlier today as well. So Gavin Towers there with the championship. How about it, hey? He went
first one of the weekend.
1-2. Hayden Deegan with a 4-1. Miles Gilmore's going to end up third with a 2-3. Gage Wilcox will end up fourth. Not bad with a 5-5. Logan Lassar with that 3 and an 8. Rough second moto there. End up fifth overall.
Yeah, had a good comeback there for Hayden Deegan as well. Obviously the 4th place in Moto number 1 after going down. He was leading in Moto 1 as well, went down, but he recovered. And you hear it a lot of times with some of these guys. They say championships are not won on your best days. They're won on your worst days. And when you can recover from things like that. And Deegan did a good job of making time back up and moving his way back up for 4th place in Moto 1.
Yeah, he was coming through the tunnel, took a right-hand turn in that corner, and it was still shaded and a little slick, and lost that front end and went down. But fourth in that first moto, takes the win here, shows them what's up. And I think we're going to get ready here with Mike Peltier and Sarah Jessica down on the podium to present that number 1 plate to them. Yeah, on the line, 250B, we'll give them Jeremy Ryan, Madeline, Gilmore, Zawacki, Beelan, Brown, Doc Smith, Ripper, Macias, Niffing, Minton, Skaggs, Lamborn, Riston Grigg, and the crew. Let's throw it down to the podium, and Sarah Jessica.
Congratulations to Gavin Towers, the winner of our Super Mini 1, ages 12 to 15. Here with us is Mike, is from the AMA, and he is going to present you with your award.
Gavin, congratulations, man. Awesome job out there.
Gavin, here you are standing on top of the podium. You are our first winner taking it all today. Got that medal around your neck. How's it feeling?
Feels awesome. I would have liked to get off to a better start, and had a lot of fun Saturday night though, battling everybody. But today was awesome. First moto ended up going my way, and I got the win. Second moto, start could have been better. We got to just figure out a little bit of the jetting with our bike. But other than that, the Kawasaki, Monster Energy Team Green Kawasaki was riding really good. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my sister Sydney, Monster Energy Team Green Kawasaki, Dunlop Tires, Seven, Scott Goggles, Alpine Stars, Mobius, Scott, I said Scott, but and literally just everybody else I forgot. Thank you so much, all my friends and family. They literally support me 100%. I'm really stoked to get this title.
Give us a little hint for everyone else that's out there right now. What can they expect to see on that track?
Definitely just be smooth, because the track's definitely slick. It'll definitely get better, but it's slick, so you got to be really smooth, good throttle control, and basically just get a good start.
Congratulations to Gavin Towers, the winner of our Super Mini 1.
All right, congratulations, Gavin Towers. You did a great interview as well. Thank you, Sarah. With that, let's go to our 250B main event, Mike, and the number 10 is Jeremy Ryan, looking good already.
Yeah, Jeremy Ryan jumping out front early on here in this one. Cameron Minton in the number 2 spot. Doc Smith up into the number 3 spot early on here. Right now, the closest battle will be between Minton and Smith for second and third. Look at our race leader right now is Jeremy Ryan working his way through the rhythm section. And as Gavin just said, the track right now is still a little bit slick, still a little fresh. They just put water on it and reworked it, so it's going to get better as the day goes on. But these guys got a tricky track here once again for Moto. For Moto 2.
A little kick there over the Dragon's back. So you got Lamborn in second, Minton in third. Cade Niffing, we'll keep an eye on him. Cade, what did Cade get? Yeah, he won that first moto, so we'll keep an eye on Cade Niffing. Brady Gilmore, Louis Macias, and Ryan Zawacki. So your first moto winner, he's in fourth. Jeremy Ryan in that first moto got a sixth, Mike.
Yeah, Cade Niffing now moving up to the number 3 spot. That would put him up for the overall win and the championship title if he stays right where he's at right now. Jeremy Ryan, as he's working his way around, looking for that, like you said, a 6-1 there coming back through, and he is really on the gas here in this one. Already a 4.7 second lead. There's our third place rider right there, the 85 of Cade Niffing, as he works his way through the rhythm section. Niffing trying to chase down Lucas Lamborn right now. Lamborn looking for a second overall. He's sitting in second. He finished second in Moto 1.
Yeah, keep an eye on Niffing here, trying to make a move. Lamborn had a decent moto as well, you said, with a second there to Cade. So we'll see if he can get around him. But out front, Jeremy Ryan, he just wants to win a moto, show him what's up.
Well, he's doing it right now in dominating fashion, a 4.3 second lead. Last time around, they come back into the sand section right now. Lamborn in that number 2 spot. Niffing still in third.
Yeah, did you see that little kick? He got kicked and threw some body English into that bike and saved it there. It's closing in a little bit. Oh, a little tiptoe through that corner as he was closing in. So it is loose on the, not the main line. It's still a little loose out there.
And see the trouble right now, Cade Niffing, all he can think is, I'm in third, I got to move forward. But as he sits, he is your overall champion for this class. So right now, it'd be beneficial to him to back it down just a bit and just stay right where he's at and not try to push too hard. Fourth place, Cameron Minton, he's a ways back from him right now, so all looks pretty safe, assuming he keeps that bike on 2 wheels.
And Lucas Lamborn there with the second in that first moto. He's sitting pretty. But like I said, Cade Niffing is possibly heading towards a championship here. He's just got to keep her rolling. But does he know?
That's the trouble.
Does he know? Is he getting signal there? That's the mechanics area there, and I don't see anyone really signaling him. So here's Niffing through the sand one more time.
Jeremy Ryan going to be out front leading this one right now. His fast lap of 59.5. The only rider in this one to get down in the 59-second lap range so far. Lucas Lamborn. Lamborn in second. Niffing starting to close that gap up on him just a bit. They were 0.7 of a second apart. Oh, the lapped rider there. Looked like we had some trouble there for our front runners. Here's our race leader, Jeremy Ryan, as he works his way back around here into the Dragon's Back.
Ryan on that, sorry about that, Ryan on that Bubba's low bed service, the number 10 KTM out of Morgan Hill, California. And looking good. So a 6th in that first moto. I forget what happened. Do you recall what happened to Jeremy in that first one? We probably didn't have the camera on him.
That's a good question.
If he was back there, but he's ripping it up right now. Like we said, just want to take a moto win here and try to get the best overall that he can. Looking good in this one. So
I'm going to say, judging by his speed here in this moto right here, something had to have happened. He had to fall over, go down somewhere,
sure,
maybe kill up somewhere on the track in moto number 1, because right now he is running a flawless race and already out to a 7-second lead in this one.
And a 59-second lap time as well to Cade Niffing's 59.8. So just a hair better, but looking good. Jeremy Ryan out of Morgan Hill, California, your leader in the moto. Second motos here, our championship motos here at supercrossfutures.com. If you're logging in right now, thank you very much for watching the Supercross Futures live feed. Please share that link on your social media to all of your friends and family. And we're going to be crowning some champions here. And Jeremy Ryan looking for a moto win. I don't know if he's going to pull it off unless something happens behind him.
Wow. So a lot of riders, as we talked about throughout the day, they're doubling into that sand section, but they kind of downside or clip the top of that first sand roller. Jeremy Ryan right there carried so much speed, he completely cleared that roller and landed all the way, flat landed into the sand. He is on fire right now. Jeremy Ryan, that last lap by a 1:04. Here's that battle for second and third now. Lucas Lambourne and Cade Niffing.
How about Lambourne on that 220, having a great ride here. Brap Shop, Hasker Racing, Flow Motorsports, Scott Goggles, and 7 MX gear.
Yeah, oh, look here. Looks like we've got a change up.
Oh, look at that.
Something happened there in that rhythm section. Cade Niffing now up into the number 2 spot. So Niffing making his move on Lucas Lambourne.
Niffing on the EBR.
Oh, Lambourne goes down.
Lost that front end.
Lambourne just hitting a slick spot there as he tried to take that inside up and over the roller there.
Here's Niffing on that EBR Motorsports Yamaha Monster Answer 100% Ethica Garnet and Dunlop. And looking good, Mike, now with the 1 and a 2. Here it is, final lap. And coming across, it's Jeremy Ryan with the win, but Cade Niffing takes the 250B championship. Supercross Futures, we saw him at quite a few rounds, and it paid off. There it is on the screen. AMA National Champion is Caden Niffing on the number 85 EBR Monster Answer 100% Ethica Yamaha ride. And we'll talk to him in a moment. Let's go through the rundown here. Jeremy Ryan taking the win. Cade Niffing in second. Luis Macias in third. Cameron Minton rounds out fourth. Noah Wright is fifth. Oh, Lucas Lambourne in that 6th spot.
And what just happened there is when Lucas went down and dropped all the way to the 6th place spot, he was looking at a second overall here today. But with that, he's got a 2.6. That drops him to third. So Jeremy Ryan, even though he had his 6th in moto number 1, with the win in moto number 2, is going to finish up second overall. So Cade Niffing, a smart ride for him right there, as he is going to take the overall championship win here for 250B. Jeremy Ryan will take second overall. Lucas Lambourne will take third.
Talking with his mechanic and some of our Feld employees. Going to send him up to the podium there. Coming up next is going to be 65cc 7 to 11. Then we'll be followed by 40 plus. Then we'll get into our mini seniors and 125BC. So quite a few motos to go here. On the line there you see our 65cc competitors.
Yeah, our 65cc 7 to 11 class on the line. In this one, we got Jesse James Shedden, Christopher Harris, Dexter Seitz, Parker Shields, Bowen Bell, Vincent Way, Carson Fields, Jake Willis, Madden Jones, Kalena Humphrey, Eli Gross, Hayden Davey, Grayson Townsend, David Fry, Talon Staggs, Nathan Beerbaum, Gannon Lawson, Wyatt Harrington, Zach Red, Canyon Richards, Tyler Show, Cole Bletcha, Preston Zog, Zallers and Lance Banks all out there coming up here for this one. All of them looking for a good second moto here in this one. Of course, our moto number 1 was Humphrey with the win in Moto 1. Blecker finished up in the number 2 spot. Vincent Way again, remember, he was leading in Moto number 1, had that trouble in the last lap on the Dragon's back.
That's right.
He's going to try to avoid that in this one. He had a 3rd in Moto 1. He needs the win in this one.
So he saved it with, getting back on the track and getting that 3rd. We'll see what he does here, but good recovery after going off the track. They're kind of in that soft stuff off to the side of the track, so...
I think another one to keep an eye on, of course, is going to be Canyon Richards. We saw him. He put in a strong performance there in Moto number 1.
All right, so we see the start here. Getting ready. That is race number 3 getting ready. Let's throw it down to the podium. And Sarah Jessica.
We're up on top with the winner of your 250B division. It's Caden Niffing, everyone. Here to present your award is Mike from AMA.
Congratulations, man. Awesome job out there.
Caden, tell us a little bit about your 2 races today. How did you end up on top?
Well, first race, I got a hole shot, kind of checked out there. That was a nice race. This race, I lined up same spot, which wasn't really the move, and it was more like inside, so I got a really bad start right there. I got like a bad jump and kind of had to work my way through the pack. It was getting a little squirrely out there, but luckily salvaged a second, passed him on like the last lap or 2, so luckily pulled away with the championship on that one.
Supercross Futures, here we are looking into the future, winning 250B. What can we expect to see from you in the future?
Definitely doing all the A races next year, and hopefully going to be a Monster Cup next year in the 250 All-Star class.
Congratulations to Caden Niffing.
He's ready, Mike. He's ready. He wants to move it up and be in front in the big show in front of these guys. Look at this. Let's move to 65. It is Canyon Richards leading this one, the 316. Oh, he's got some competitor.
That's Humphrey, I believe, moto number 1 winner.
Yeah, there you go. And he might have the inside line in this next corner. Kalena Humphrey trying to make a move.
Oh.
Canyon Richards looking good. So I got an update. It was Canyon Richards had some jetting issues, some dirt in the carb, they actually said, and that's what caused some issues that first moto. They got it fixed right now. The Yamaha Blue Crew boys and the 316 of Canyon Richards leading this one.
Richards sponsored there by Foley Machinery. And as you can see, he's got that yellow and black cat helmet on. Richards out front leading this one right now. Kalena Humphrey in that number 2 spot. Bowen Bell in the 3 spot. Cole Blecker in the number 4 spot. Carson Fields in the 5. Eli Gross in the 6 spot. Zollers, Willis, Reds, and Shields. Your top 10 right now. 1 and 2 have really stretched it out. They are 6.5 seconds ahead of 3rd. Look at Humphrey right now. He is all over the back door. Richards. Humphrey right now looking at a 1-2 overall. If it finished the way it sits, that would be enough for a national championship win here for Humphrey. He still wants that second moto win to prove himself, though, as he is chasing down the 316 of Canyon Richards. Richards finished up 4th in moto number 1. He's looking for a possible win here in this one. That'd be a 2nd overall for him. Oh, a little mistake for Richards. Unable to get through the rhythm section. Here comes Humphrey. Humphrey has to check up as well. So both these riders, when they get a good smooth run through that rhythm section, we've seen them double all the way through.
There's Richards there, doubling and hitting the tabletop and then doubling out and back around that first turn area. Canyon Richards on the 316, ripping it up. Kalena Humphrey out of Huntington Beach, California, looking good. He's got that new collaboration Deuce Alpine Stars gear on there in 2nd, trying to make a bid. And like you said, with a 2 or a 1 and maybe a 2 here, looking to take home that title back to Huntington Beach, not far from here, 4 hours or so from Vegas, as they head back into the stadium in the sand section. Canyon Richards on that YZ65, trying to hang on through there.
Hanging off the back of it right there, keeping that front wheel light. He works his way through the CBD MD grandstand corner, up and over the tunnel he goes right now. Minute 45 left on the clock in this one. Humphrey still in 2nd. Bleck still in the 3rd spot. Bowen Bell in the 4. Eli Gross in the number 5 spot. Tell you what, Canyon looks really good here. This one looks really smooth. There we go. There's the double-double section that we've been waiting to see from him.
Perfect. Nailing it. There you go.
Got it. That gained him a bunch of time right there, as I don't think Humphrey was able to make that entire rhythm section. So that put a little breathing room there between him and Humphrey.
That definitely helped. So Humphrey in 2nd. Let's go back. Cole Blicka in 3rd. Bowen Bell in 4th.
Oh,
he got kicked there. Might have taken a little handlebar to the chin possibly as well. Eli Gross is 5th. Preston Zoller's up to 6th. Good ride for Preston. Jake Willis 7th. Vincent Way back in 8th, Mike. Vincent Way in 8th. Carson Fields 9th. Grayson Townsend in that 10th spot.
Vincent Way, we haven't mentioned him yet in this moto till just now. And like we said, he was leading in moto number 1. Had something happen and dropped him back. So Vincent Way finished 3rd in moto 1. He's now worked his way up into the number 6 spot. I'm not sure exactly what happened to Vincent in this one, if it was just a bad start or possibly went down again. Meanwhile, Canyon Richards out front talking with Canyon's dad. He says Canyon is not afraid to jump anything, and we've seen that. He's hung out with Pastrana and the Nitro Circus guys at Pastrana's house, and he's done some pretty wild things. Here comes Humphrey.
Humphrey inside. What a move. Takes him high, but not enough. Need to hold it on just a little bit more. But man, he closed in. Just those little mistakes from Canyon. And Kalena Humphrey now moving in, trying to make a move here. He doesn't, even like the last race, he doesn't need to win this moto.
Nope.
But he sure wants to. That desire and that will to win everything, not just the championship, but also a moto too. This is going to get good here as time is winding down in this one. Our 65cc 7 to 11. This is race number 3.
Well, here they come back to the stadium into the sand section. Starting to get whooped out a bit. Kalena Humphrey working his way around. Looks like Canyon Richards put a little bit of a gap on him there in the outside section. They come back to the inside. They're going to be getting the white flag this time around. Both riders taking the inside line here.
Hitting the finish line, and Kalena Humphrey there in second, closing in. He's got to get her. He doesn't have to get her going, does he? He needs to stay where he is and be comfortable and just roll into second place. There's Canyon Richards through the rhythm once again. Double through there. Canyon Richards on the 316 Yamaha out of Egg Harbor Township. I believe that's back east somewhere. Rock River Power Sports, Moose Racing, Parts Unlimited, Specialized, Throttle Jockey, 60, and Motocross Vest helping out Canyon Richards. Looking good here.
Oh, comes up a little short there.
Right when I talk.
This is the last lap as well.
And he gained a bunch of ground there.
Cole Blackett in that number 3 spot. Yeah, and I'm thinking Humphrey had to roll that entire rhythm section, and that really makes or breaks it. If you got 2 riders about the same speed, but one does that double through there and one doesn't, it's a huge advantage for the rider that does. Here comes Canyon Richard as he's working his way around. Richards up and over the tunnel jump. Looking for a moto number 2 win. This will give him a 2nd overall here today. Checkered flag for moto number 2 for Canyon Richards. 2nd overall, but here is your national champion with a 1-2 finish, Kalena Humphrey. Your 2019 Supercross Futures 65cc 7 to 11 AMA national champion.
Good ride for Humphrey and smart ride there with a 1 and a 2. Cole Blaka is going to come across 3rd, and he should end up 3rd overall in those championships. And coming across the line next as those riders head to the podium. We'll talk to them here momentarily. Bowen Bell's going to end up 4th in our 65 7-11 class. As the rest of competitors finish up here, Eli Gross will be 5th, so good ride for Eli there. He'll end up 4th overall with a 5.5. All right, so they're getting ready for the podium, and we will look at and talk about our next race, Mike. That is going to be our 40-plus class. As they situate themselves down there, 40-plus, we're going to have Riley back out here, Damon Smith, Frattoli, Larry Bank, Brian Jackson. Remember, this one was had some action in it too as well earlier today. Danny Punton, Spiker, Schaffer, Owen, Reyes, Salisbury, Wallace had a good ride. Duke Reese, Tony Martinez, Thibodeau, John Murray was up there. Steve Thinger, remember, he had some issues.
Yeah.
And Dale Bullitt. This is our 40-plus class there on the line and ready to go for their main event, race number 4. Race 5 is Mini Senior, will be after this, and race 6 will be our 125 BC after that. So 40-plus coming up next on the line. There's the track, the overhead. Kalena Humphrey, your National Championship winner, 65cc 711 here, Supercross Futures, live from Las Vegas. Mike, Dave Derringer, and Mike Garrison up here in the booth, and Sarah Jessica down on the podium. As soon as they're ready, we will throw it down to her and Mike Pelletier down there, our AMA Supercross referee, and present the #1 plate to Kalena Humphrey there. Good ride.
Indeed it was, and I think as he came off the track, it looked to me like he had no idea that he had won the overall. He had a look like, I think I saw him hold his hands up, did I get it, did I get it? And they let him know he's got it.
All right, so 40 plus there on the line, ready to go.
A full gate here for our plus 40 class. As they get set to go, let's send it down to Sarah Jessica, and she is with our newly crowned national champ.
Congratulations to Kalana Humphrey, winner of his division. Here you are on top, and here next to you is Mike from AMA to give you our award.
Congratulations. Awesome job out there.
Now, Kalana, you actually came in second in that race, but you still won your division. How did you make that happen?
You just try to have a consistent race. Me and Canyon got off to a good start. Me and Canyon were just battling the whole entire time. Props to Canyon. Just try to keep consistent, no mistakes, and try to be on the #1, and got it.
Well, your hard work is really paying off. How does it feel to be a part of the future of Supercross?
Yeah, it's so awesome to be the future. It's like it betters everyone coming up. My parents get to see me watch, and it's so much fun. Nice to race in stadium where all the pros raced the night before.
Congratulations, Kalana Humphrey.
Oh, how rad was that?
He is pumped right there on that one. A fantastic ride for him. Well, as we head back onto the track, it is going to be the 933 of John Murray. Out front leading the way, Steve Thinger in that #2 spot. John Murray was your Moto #1 winner. Oh, we got a couple riders down, looks like.
After the tunnel there, yeah, one probably got his leg stuck under the bike. Someone will help him out there. John Murray out front won that first moto. Thinger went second, was leading that first moto, had a little issue, and ended up second. There's John Murray here on our screen. So he's pumped to be the future of Supercross, Kalana, huh? How about it? Great interview and everything about it. He made a good point there that this is giving them an opportunity to already to race in these stadiums. Absolutely. As he's growing up. So just imagine if he keeps doing this over the next few years. I know Feld has a plan for this, and they want to grow it and keep going with it. So he made a great point that, hey, thank you for even giving us this platform to do it.
Absolutely.
And just making this thing grow bigger and better every year.
Well, as you can see here, John Murray out front leading the way. This one now, Brian Jackson, the #25, has worked his way over the #2 spot. Steve Thinger has dropped to 3rd. Philip Russell Wallace in 4th. Damon Smith in 5th. Here's that battle right now. There's Brian Jackson. Up and over the finish line, Jackson goes. Jackson on the #25 out of Eastland, Texas. Riding the Vertical Adrenaline Fly Racing Max Cycles backed Honda.
So I met Brian over the winter. It was about this time last year, actually. He does some shows and stuff. He does wheelies and, that take the wheel off and does the wheelies around on one wheel and does a bunch of different stuff. Very patriotic guy. Always runs the red, white, and blue colors and all that stuff. So great guy, great spokesman for our sport, and loves to ride. He's going at it right now in this 40 plus class. Sorry about that, second moto here, and gets on that bike as much as he can.
Well, we talked about this earlier too. It's so awesome to see not only the kids hyped up and excited to be out here riding on the Supercross track, but the vet classes too. You got your plus 25, your plus 30, your plus 40. All these guys, they're just as excited. We got full gates in all these classes, and it's really awesome to see that everybody across the board is excited to be out here for the Supercross Futures program.
Absolutely, even the older guys, like you say. So they get out here, get to do it, and maybe they didn't get to do it in their younger years.
Yeah.
And come back out here and get a chance. And they should have a chance in 2020 also, as that schedule was released just about a month ago or so for the Futures. And we'll be going to some similar cities and a couple new cities as well. We'll go over that in a little bit. But our 40-plus riders on the track. Murray Jackson, Steve Thinger in 3rd, Philip Wallace in that 4th spot, Damon Smith in 5th, and Brandon Reyes in the 6th spot. Larry Bank, my buddy from the Midwest there, Chicago area, is 7th. Brian Sheffer and Jeff Salisbury in 9th here on lap number 3. So Murray with a 1-1, looking for a title to bring home.
And Steve Thinger right now sitting in the number 3 spot. He's still sitting 2nd overall with Philip Russell Wallace sitting in 3rd. They were looking at Steve Thinger as he heads down Monster Alley out of the stadium, working his way around the backside here. Thinger right now trying to chase down Brian Jackson. Jackson had a 6th in moto number 1, so a little bit of a rough moto for him. He's trying to rebound here in moto number 2 for a 2nd. That would have him 4th overall at this point. Thinger coming out of the sand up in the CBD MD corner. Back around, up and over the tunnel now. Murray, Jackson, Thinger. Your top 3. Oh, and Thinger not able to do the finish line there. Some lap traffic in the way. That's going to allow Philip Russell Wallace
to close in a little bit. There is Murray on the 933 KTM ride. Our first moto winner, Brian Jackson there in 2nd.
Wow, last lap around. That was a quick lap there for John Murray, a 1:07. And that is about 7 seconds faster than the next fastest lap on the track. So John Murray, he's making some moves here in this one, and he's making a statement, looking for a 1-1 for a national championship win. White flag is going to be out this time by for him.
He did quite a few events, Mike, especially out west here. Yeah, I saw him at quite a few. I remember Anaheim and Oakland. I think he might have even done Glendale, that first one we had. So Murray used to this situation and these tracks and getting dialed in here. He wanted to bring it home, take home that title. So in some lap traffic there. There he goes. Double. He'll single that one. Get his rhythm back here momentarily. Double out.
Thibodeau there just about getting up into the side of it.
He might not have known, though, that out was our leader, John Murray, but that's okay. Brian Jackson in 2nd on the number 25 ride. Fly Racing Max Cycles ride. Steve Thinger, the 951, yes, sir, on the Kawasaki, at a Roseville Kawasaki ride. Thor X brand goggles, Alpine Star, Hyper X, and No Toil.
Coming back into the stadium here one final time for your race leader, the 933 of John Murray. Murray aboard the KTM machine as he works his way one final time up through the CBD MD corner, up and over the Monster Energy Tunnel. Back around here, and checkered flag is out. Your 40-plus national champion, John Murray, taking it with a 1-1 overall win. A perfect day here for Murray and 40-plus. As Brian Jackson works his way around in the number 2 spot. There's your national champion as he is working his way off the track now. Jackson should be finishing up 2nd, which should give him a 4th overall. Steve Thinger will finish up 3rd here in this moto, which should give him 2nd overall. Russell Wallace there will finish 4th in this moto for a 3rd overall here today. There's John Murray working his way off the track. And if you're John and you go 1-1, you know. There's no doubt it. You know you won.
This is true. This is true, Mike. Did I win the title?
So as we get ready to hear from our new champ, John Murray, let's take a look at a Racer Spotlight with Noah Viney.
My name is Noah Viney. I'm 14 years old, and I live in Murrieta, California. Racing here at the Futures in Las Vegas is pretty cool because I get to ride at the track that the pros ride.
Viney on the line here in this one for our mini senior 12 to 15 Moto number 2. Let's send it down to the podium for Sarah Jessica. She's with our new Crown Champ.
I'm here with the winner of the 40-plus division. It's John Murray, and here is Mike from AMA to present you with an award. Congratulations, John. So exciting out there. Tell us, what's it feel like to be on the same track as the pros were on Saturday for Monster Energy Cup?
Oh, it's pretty amazing. I can't thank Supercross Futures for doing this whole outfit for us. You know, I mean, we get to come out and have fun again like we used to back in the day, and all these younger kids are getting ready for the big stage, you know, as well. So very cool of them to put it on. You know, we watched the fast guys last night, and now we get to do it as well. It's an awesome experience.
Well, you turned out to be the fastest after all, but what do you think actually separated you from the pack today?
I was able to do a few more of the jumps. It was still pretty muddy in between a lot of the transitions, and I was like, I just got to go for it. You know, if I'm going to win this thing, I just got to go for it. So I just kind of risked it a little bit more, and it paid off.
Congratulations to John Murray. We're coming up with more action soon.
All right, we're back. This is our mini senior, Mike. Race number 5.
Wow. Look at the jump out of the gate, Dave, as Casey Cochran, the number 66, leaving everybody behind. Cochran out front leading this one, Abbott in second, Bomer in third.
Chase Meyer, De Herrera in there, Noah Viney, Caden Davidson, Carson Milliken, Nico Long, Zane Randall, Tommy Callow, Jeremy Carpenter, Aiden Sheets, Williamson, Cade Crowther, Jackson Tully, Aiden Ehlers, and Miles Gilmore. We'll see if he comes out for this one. This is our mini senior 12 to 15-year-old. Good battle up front. And these guys went at it quite a bit throughout the season. Casey Cochran, Julian Beamer. The Suzuki boys had some great battles throughout some of our rounds that we went to.
Casey Cochran, your Moto 1 winner. He's looking for a second Moto win here. Tell you what, though, Beamer, he is staying right there with him here in this one. Not letting him out of his sights right now. Nathan Abbott in the number 3 spot. Both these riders looking really smooth here in this one. Oh, look at this. Beamer. Nice wow, what a line. Cochran says, I'll cut right back to the inside, take that right back from you. Thank you very much. Down Monster Alley they go. It's a drag. Oh, boy. Cochran's got the inside on him. Beamer going to try and go around the outside. I got a feeling Beamer's going to try to cut under right here. Not going to be enough drive off the corner, though. Cochran going to hold on to this one.
Nice move, side-by-side racing here in our mini senior.
Getting loose. Hang on. Wow. Yeah. Beamer right there just clicked into another gear. Grabbing a handful through the sand.
Gets around. Cochran back to second. So the 66 at Casey Cochran out of Claremont, Florida on the X-Star Suzuki Fox 100% FMF ride. And Beamer on that 29 Suzuki at Lake Havasu, just down about an hour or two from here. Tech 1 Racing, Thor, Motocross Factory Connection, and RM Army helping out Beamer.
Well, the thing about Beamer, he had a 16th in Moto number 1. So he's definitely looking to improve on that.
Chase Meyer De Herrera with a second in that first moto. He's currently 5th. So Cochran looking good here with a win in that first moto. And giving chase, he still wants to win the moto here. Beamer looking good, like you said, clicked it up and pulled away just a little bit on that last lap.
I'd be curious to go back and look and see exactly what happened to Beamer in Moto number 1, because this would have been a fantastic race between these two. Beamer right now is really just, he's got nothing to lose at this point. You know, I mean, he's obviously out of contention for the national championship title, but he still wants to prove that he's got what it takes to run up front, and he's doing that right now. He looks flawless. He's got Casey Cochran going to be 1.2 seconds back from him in second. That's your Moto 1 winner. Abbott, and then, of course, Noah Viney, who we just heard from in our Rider Spotlight.
Yeah, Beamer just even winning a moto here at the finals in front of the industry and OEMs and the fans. Great place to do it. So looks good right now. Built up about a 1 second lead over Cochran. So scrubbing that tunnel jump just like the pros, man. He's
staying low, really low over that tunnel jump, which is impressive right there from the 29 of Beamer as they come back into the sand section now. Casey Cochran losing a little bit of time through that section. I think Julian's got just a little bit more speed in the sand. It's like, whoa, big crash there. Third and fourth. That was Noah Viney coming up the inside, trying to make a new move on Nathan Abbott. Catches the back end, though, and Viney goes down.
And he's in an awkward spot, too, in that corner. The track worker helping him back up.
That's going to be hard to start the bike.
Flipped his rear wheel and high-sided.
Yeah, that is going to be tough to get that bike started.
So Beamer and Cochran now still going at it, but coming into that lap traffic here. Let's see if this makes anything happen or develop. There's Beamer there, gets through, and Cochran right behind him.
As they head down Monster Alley once again here, the 29 of Beamer scrubbing that. Takes a look over his shoulder just a bit there. Casey Cochran trying to close that gap up a little bit. 1.6 seconds separate them right now. And I think they're going to go by one more before they get the white flag. Time's got 14 seconds left on the clock, and they're going to make it to the finish before that runs out. I say that. It's going to be close.
Yeah, right. So there's Beamer, the 29 out of Lake Havasu, and the Tech 1 Racing Thor Factory Connection Addiction Industries ride. Dunlop Tires helping him out as well. And Cochran coming around that corner is in second. The 66 Factory Connection Race Lace Wheels Moto Sandbox, and Nihilio, the crew from Nihilio helping out Casey Cochran on the 66 ride.
Well, there goes right now. Beamer out front here. This one is fast lap of 102.7. Cochran's fast lap of 103.6. So about a second difference. However, they've been running pretty consistent laps here these past few as they work their way back around right now. Beamer going to be out front. Beamer right now with a 16.1 is looking at a 6th overall. But Casey Cochran with a 1.2 looking for a 1st overall. Chase Meyer de Herrera looking for a 2nd overall with a 2.5. And Nathan Abbott has worked his way up. He's sitting in 3rd right now, looking at a 3rd overall for the 4.3.
Well, here they come across. There's Beamer and Cochran. White flag is out, so the final lap for our mini senior 12 to 15-year-olds. Beamer through the tunnel one more time.
Yeah, it looks like Cochran dropping back about 3 seconds here in this one. So Cochran at this point may already know he has got this one wrapped up. Through the rhythm section once again goes Beamer. Crossing across back over the starting line into the Dragon's Back section now. Minute 30 past the clock running out, so this is going to be his last lap.
Still looking good and on the gas and setting good lap time still. 104 that last one, but he's right there. Julian Beamer, the 29 ride out of Lake Havasu. Tech 1 Thor Factory Connection Army Dunlop Tires ride. Gonna come across and take a moto win, Mike. Pretty big deal here at our Supercross Futures Championships. Yeah, styling it.
He is pumped about it. And here is your national champion, the 66 of Casey Cochran, the Suzuki back rider, taking the championship win. He's disappointed, you can see right there.
Yep.
However, I don't know that he realizes at this point he didn't win the moto, but he is the AMA national champion. He's going to find out here in just a second as he rides off the track here. So Casey Cochran doing a fantastic job. That's going to put Nathan Abbott 2nd overall. Finishes 3rd in that moto, but he'll take 2nd overall in the championship. Caden Davidson will actually move up and take 3rd overall away from Chase Meyer de Herrera and Carson Milliken. Let's take a look at a racer spotlight here on our race winner, Julian Beamer.
Hi, my name's Julian Bomera. I'm 13 and I'm from Lake Havasu City, Arizona. I like riding Supercross because it's more technical, more fun, and there's a lot more jumps. Racing the Supercross Futures means a lot to me because it's just a new way for the younger kids to get into Supercross early and get ready for the real Supercross races.
Casey Cochran here very shortly, but coming up next is race number 6, our 125 B and C class.
Ryan Zawacki will be on the line on the 14, along with Caleb Hale, Brandon Ray coming back out there, James Mumberg, Noah Wildebrandt, Noah Schuring, Peyton McVeigh, Hunter Cross, Noah Reed, Hunter Jaworski, Brandon Halleck, Jake Carpenter, Riley Snell, Hunter Haycock, Connor Stiers, Dakota Bender, Andrew Hertzler on that 4-2-4 ride, Parker Alley, Devin Fulham, and Trace Fransky getting ready to go. 125 CC BC getting ready to go on the line. You see him there. And we will throw it down to the podium and the crew down there for our championship.
Here with the winner of the mini senior division, it's Casey Cochran. We're in ages 12 to 15 for this bracket. Here to present you with your award is Mike Pelletier. So Casey, you have a consistency average of 98.41%. That consistency paid off, and here you are standing on top of the podium today. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels great. I'm so happy to be up here. I thought I wouldn't be able to get a championship this year, but we got it done.
So this track is amazing. They've been using it all weekend for the Monster Energy Cup. What's your favorite part of this track?
I really love the long rhythms. It's super technical. I love the dragons back. Been practicing on whoops a lot, and it's just all around a super fun track.
Congratulations to your mini senior, ages 12 to 15, Casey Cochran.
Well, back on the track here, it is going to be the 71 of Hunter Cross. Grabbing that early hole shot here in our 125 BC class as they come back into the sand section. We've seen Hunter Cross out front.
Andrew Hertzler in the second spot, and Brandon Ray in third. Dakota Bender coming across in the fourth spot off the start. Good battle here over the tunnel, Mike. They're going at it. There's Hunter Cross out front once again.
Yeah, Brandon Ray jumping up into the number 2 spot. Hertzler in that number 3 spot.
Into that rhythm. Remember Hunter Cross in the earlier moto obviously has the speed, the talent, made a huge mistake. And in this one, in the first moto, he did get a third and then came back, gathered up and got the third in this one. So 3-1 here, currently leading. Let's keep an eye on Brandon Ray, who got a win in that first moto. Currently in second.
Brandon Ray in that number 2 spot right now. Ray took the moto number 1 win. Here they come back around right now. Hunter Cross back through the sand section. Cross headed up into the CBD MD corner as he works his way back down right now on that 71 machine. Back up and over the finish line. There he goes. Hunter Cross out of Discovery Bay riding the 5150 back KTM. As Dave said earlier, he was looking good in moto number 1, had some trouble, dropped back to the number 3 spot. Brandon Ray was able to take the win. Brandon Ray right now is looking at an overall championship title if he finishes in that number 2 spot, but Brandon Ray is pushing hard. He wants a 1-1. He doesn't want to settle for a second place here in moto number 2. They come back around here, crossing the start. That last time by, 59.3 for Hunter Cross, 59.1 for Brandon Ray. Pretty close lap times there, but 0.2 of a second as they come back through the center section there, back outside the stadium. Up and over the roller they go, coming back down here. Hunter Cross out front. He is going to be 1 second ahead of Brandon Ray. Hertzler in the number 3 spot. Hertzler finished 4th in moto number 1. Noah Wildebrandt, our second place finisher in moto number 1, is sitting in 4th here in this one. There goes the 71 of Hunter Cross coming back around. Oh, Hunter misses that inside line on the finish. Here comes Ray. Ray going to be trying to close it up on. Oh, showing him a wheel right there. Brandon Ray up and over the double. They go back under the tunnel into the rhythm section now. Oh, Ray gets into the side of him. Both riders, they bang bars into the rhythm section once again. Now Ray's going to try to dive to the inside. Hunter Cross knows he's coming. Oh, wow.
Took him high. Does he know he doesn't need to win this, Mike?
I don't think he cares at this point.
I like it.
Oh, look at this.
Hunter Cross, hang on, baby. Oh, cuts across. Says, no. You are not going to take this from me. Let's see if that fires up Brandon Ray now.
We've got an intense battle going here between these two, Hunter Cross, Brandon Ray. Brandon made the first move, and Hunter retaliated as they head into the sand section. Now they're going to be coming up on some lap traffic.
You know what's great, and some information I just got, these highlights and more are going to be on the NBC Sports Network, the Supercross Future Highlight Show, November 16th from 9 to 10 p.m. I'll promote that a couple times, so get a pen out. NBC Sports Network, we're going to play some highlights of our Supercross Futures on November 16th. Here we go, the battle going at it.
There goes Brandon Ray. He now moves up into the number 1 spot, puts another block pass on Hunter Cross, but now it's Hunter's turn in this corner, but I don't know he's going to be close enough. Hunter stays on the outside, going to carry his speed here. They work their way back across the start line right now. Brandon Ray out front. Brandon to the dives to the inside. Hunter on the outside. Hunter gets a little better drive there. Into the Dragons back. Here they come. Out of Monster Alley now.
Got a good drive to the inside. Over the tunnel. They're scrubbing. Hunter Cross doing everything he can to get back into the mix.
So regardless at this point, if Brandon Ray finishes first or second, he's winning this overall national championship title. But now he's got something to prove, as he's got a little beef going here with the 71 of Hunter Cross. Cross not letting him out of his sights. Here comes some lap traffic. This may play a little bit into this as well. Up and over the finish they go.
You also don't want to make too big of a mistake, Brandon Ray, because Noah Wildebrandt with a second in that first moto. Let's say Brandon made a big mistake. That could change everything.
Absolutely. As they start working their way through, both riders came up short on the... Oh, boy. Brandon Ray over jumping a bit, looks over his shoulder. Here comes Hunter Cross. Oh, Cross trying to come into him. I tell you what. Look at that. Brandon Ray
held up Brandon Ray. Sure did. Hunter Cross into the lead.
Wow, what a race we have right here. Hunter Cross, time has expired. They're going to get the white flag this time around. Brandon Ray's got some catching up to do now.
So it's Hunter Cross, Brandon Ray, Andrew Hertzler up to third, Noah Wildebrandt, Dakota Bender, Ryan Zawacki, Noah Schuring, James Momberg, and Connor Stiers, top 9. Here we go.
And you know, we're getting excited about these top 2, but one thing we're forgetting to mention, Andrew Hertzler, while these two are battling each other out, they've actually slowed down a little, and Hertzler is actually catching them in the number 3 spot.
He is, and he got a 4th that first moto. There is the white flag for our 125 BC inside. Brandon Ray making the move, block pass, and messes up Hunter Cross. He'll have to double there through that tunnel area, but in the rhythm. Let's see if he can get back at him. Here comes Hunter Cross.
Oh, no!
Engine problem.
Oh,
motor.
Wow.
I think he blew it up. He's done. Brandon Ray's done. It's going to change the championship, Mike.
Unbelievable right there. Brandon Ray looking at a championship. It was in the palm of his hand. Mechanical trouble has dropped him out of this one. This is going to change things entirely.
It might. I think with a 3-1, Hunter Cross might pull this off. So all that battling, all that fighting, he might take home this championship. This is going to be cool.
Wow. Unbelievable right there. Hunter Cross working his way around. He's definitely going to get the checkered flag in this one. He looks over his shoulder.
To the checkers. Hunter Cross takes the win. Unofficially, it looks like a championship will wait just a moment or two for another few riders to come through. Looks like Hertzler comes across second. Wildebrandt third. As they all come across here, our 125 BC main event. What are you seeing, Mike?
And Hunter Cross right there. He just figured out that he is the national champ. Nice. Fist pumping right there. Hunter Cross with a 3-1 is your new AMA national champion here in a 125 BC class. What a hard-fought moto right there. Noah Wildebrandt will take second overall. Andrew Hertzler will round out your top 3 overall for the championship. Dakota Bender fourth, and Ryan Zawacki will take fifth. Great ride there for both Hunter Cross and the rest of the field in that one. Some tough luck there.
Brandon Ray will drop to 12th for the moto. And overall, I guess it doesn't even matter. He's going to be 6th overall for the day with a 112 and not take that title. I wish we had the camera right next to him right now.
That's some tough luck there for Brandon Ray. You hate to see that happen, but some great riding from both of them nonetheless. Neither one can be disappointed in how that turned out. I think that that proved right there those guys have what it takes, and they were definitely on a mission in that one. Coming up next, our 51cc Limited 4-6 Moto number 2.
We got Chase Brennan, Jaden Smart, Defino, Oots, Wolf, Flores, Craven Earl, Sawyer Geik, Aiden Steinbrecker, Deegan Sugamel, Ryder Michaels, Rudy Reeves, Parker Reneker, Caden Jose, Wyatt Kimball, Aiden McKitty, Caden Larson, Ori Hergrass, Axel Ward, Hawkins Campbell, Brantley Barris, Noah Luke, and Casey Wadanay in our 51 limited 4-6. You see them on the line, their parents with them, getting ready to go.
Yeah, full gate right there here for these young riders. These are the future superstars of motocross and supercross as well. As you can see, the youngest riders here this weekend. Let's send it down to Jessica on the podium.
I'm here with the winner of the 125cc Groups B and C winner. It's Hunter Cross. Congratulations. We're up here as well with Mike Pelletier from AMA to give you your award.
Congratulations, man. Awesome job.
Congratulations, Hunter. Tell us a little bit, what's the track like out there today?
It's actually really fun. It's really challenging, and it's a little bit slippery, so it keeps you on your toes. I had to fight that whole race. I knew that I didn't really have much to lose unless B-Ray got third, so I went out there, fought it, gave it my all. Luckily, he had a bike issue, and I was able to take it home.
Your consistency has paid off. Who's out here supporting you today?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom and my dad, Matt Moose Photos, Grady. I'd like to thank 5150 Energy Drink, Wiener Schnitzel, Fly, all my friends, Scott Goggles, Barsh Designs, everyone else I forgot. Thank you so much.
Let's give it up for the winner of your 125cc Groups B and C, Hunter Cross.
Well, he takes the championship, Mike, and Brandon Ray blowing up that bike, and we're most likely going to see that. As this just came in, we're going to have a highlight show of Supercross Futures on the NBC Sports Network, Mike. So they're getting their time to shine on national television. That is going to be November 16th from 9 to 10 p.m. So just a few weeks from now, guys. Keep your DVRs ready. November 16th, 9 to 10 p.m. NBC Sports Network Supercross Futures highlight show. Very cool.
Very, very cool. As we are off and underway here for our 51cc. Oh, a couple riders going down on the outside there. Who's going to grab the whole shot here in this one? Several riders getting tangled up here. Jaden Smart with that early hole shot. Sawyer Gick in the number 2 spot. DePino in the 3. Brendan in the 4. Steinbrecher in the 5. As they work their way down Monster Alley, first time out of the stadium here in Moto number 2. Our Moto number 1, a winner was Jaden Smart on that number 4 machine, and Jaden is right back where he needs to be. Jaden coming down Monster Alley back into the stadium now, already trying to stretch out his lead there on the 18 of Sawyer Gick.
Chase Brennan in that 3rd spot. Kike DeFino in 4th. Aiden Steinbrecher in 5th. One rider, I think the 2nd place rider, I think that was Sawyer Gick, went down pretty hard just on the edge of our screen there in that sand section. We'll see momentarily here. Jaden Smart here taking the first moto win and leading this one early here. Our 51 limited 4 to 6 year olds. This is class number 7. Up next will be our 85 9 to 12s, Schoolboy 2, and then 25 plus. Here's the battle behind them. The 5 of DeFino and Steinbrecher and McKitty all coming at ya.
Battle for second here, working their way through the rhythm section side by side. Look at them right here. They look over at each other just a bit. The number 5 there of DePino. Oh, takes him a bit high. 24 of Steinbrecher trying to get by him there. Aiden McKitty in the number 4 spot. Oh!
Nice. Oh! Did not pay off. He gave it a shot. Aiden Steinbrecher tried to double out. Came up a little bit short and went down, but I saw him get up pretty quick. We'll see if he can survive and get back into the mix. Steinbrecher in that first moto with a 14th, so it's not going to matter at this time. But yeah, going for it there. That's all right. He went for it.
I tell you what, at this young of an age, things like that, it just blows my mind. These kids are they're doing things that I would never imagine the kids on mini bikes would be doing, especially at 4, 5, and 6 years old. Your race leader out front, Jaden Smart. We're looking right now at Keke DePino in the number 2 spot.
See that sand getting a little deeper there?
Yeah.
They're trying to find some alternate lines, go way, way to the left.
Jaden Smart right now out to a 9-second lead here in this one.
So DeFino coming over for lap number 2, taking that inside line. He keeps looking back. Who's this? Who is this behind me? There it is, Steinbrecher, who went down a little bit ago. He is closing up now. back on DeFino. Wow. Yeah, he's on the gas, huh? Aiden Steinbrecher, the 24 ride out of Orangevale on the NorCal Cobra Lamson Motorsports Dunlop Guts ride.
This is deja vu from the lap before. This is exactly what they look like.
True.
And this time, oh, look at this. Steinbrecher trying to take that inside line. We'll see if he tries to double out again. Got a feeling he may just take the safe line this time.
How about the little guy on the Pee-wee, the 101 ride? Is that Noah Luke?
As they head back around onto the backside now. Down Monster Alley outside the stadium. Good battle still between DePino and Steinbrecher. Steinbrecher not able to make his move. Caught right back up to him, but has not been able to make a move yet. I think it's going to happen here in the sand. Watch Steinbrecher.
Watch that left side.
Here they come back around. Steinbrecher's going to run up. Oh!
Hang on. Steinbrecher like the right side this time. Oh, and it's going to work.
Whoa.
It's going to work.
Wow!
Oh, hang on. DeFino hanging on, getting kicked around. And coming back down the hill and over the tunnel, it is Steinbrecher into second. Way out front, Jaden Smart.
What a pass right there. You got to give it to the number 5, though, DePino, not letting out for anything on that one. The bike swapping from side to side. Jaden Smart out front. His fast lap, 129.6. He's got a 13.8 second lead right now. Look at our second place rider right here, Steinbrecher. DePino in third, McKinney in fourth, Kimball in fifth. Earl in the number 6 spot. Nichols now up in the 5 spot. Kimball, Earl. Campbell, your top 10.
So Jaden Smart out front. Aiden Steinbrecher, the 24, in second. Right there on screen. Oh, hang on. Almost lost the front end. And DePino in the 3rd spot. Aiden McKinney and Ryder Mickles. Top 5 in this one. So they're all doing it, Mike. All these little guys. This is our 4 to 6-year-old 51 Limited. We had full gates at some of these races around the country, all wanting to do it, especially in the wintertime. You get back in the Midwest at Indianapolis, or we did Nashville and Houston and some of these rounds, man. We had some great turnouts at these rounds when nothing else is going on in the middle of the winter. And these mini classes were full gates and good times.
There you see here the 24, Steinbrecher, started to stretch out his lead in second over DePino. He's 11 seconds back from your race leader.
That's our little Pee-wee guy.
One little guy down.
Here's Jaden Smart on the number 4, our leader, 10 seconds ahead of Aiden Steinbrecher. So Smart having a great ride, the number 4 ride out of Berry Creek on the Dunlop Gold Country Casino and Resort motorcycle. Bees Moto Lab, Slick Products out front. Jaden Smart, the number 4 ride, looking good, man. And he is going to go 1-1 most likely and take home a national championship and get to meet Mike Pelletier down there. How about this little guy, our youngest competitor on the track, Mike?
Wow, look at, check this out. The 113 of Cadence Jose working their way around right now. That is awesome to see. Absolutely awesome. Youngest rider here this weekend. And who knows? Give it, what, 10, 15 years? Maybe the Monster Cup class.
Hey, all the other guys had to learn too.
That's
somewhere.
absolutely right.
Right.
That's absolutely right. Another rider that's out there in this one, Blaze Wolf. I actually met Wolf in the airport. We were on the same plane to get here.
Nice.
And he was pumped to be out there. So good to see Blaze Wolf out there, the number 13B. Sitting in the 11 spot right now.
All right, so
checkered flag is out. The number 4, Jaden Smart, 1-1 overall win here. Your 51cc 4-6 national champion. Jaden Smart rode smart, and he is now a champion. Aiden Steinbrecher comes around second in the moto here. DePino third for the moto, but DePino is going to take second overall with a 2-3.
There you go. Consistency pays off in this class, in all of them, really. And they roll in to the tents with their mechanics. And we're going to have a rider spotlight on Caden Jose right now.
Hi, my name is Cadence 4.
Las Vegas. I like Supercross because I like jumping.
It's awesome to see all these young riders and all that they're doing out there on the track and the opportunity they have here with Supercross Futures. Jaden Smart, your AMA national champion here today in the 4-6 class. DePino will take 2nd overall. Sawyer Gick will take 3rd. Wyatt Kimball 4th overall. And Aiden McKitty will round out your top 5 overall.
As we get ready for race number 8, up next is 85cc, age 9 to 12. But we're going to throw it down to the podium and our national champion, Jaden Smart.
It's your Supercross Futures champion for the 51cc limited ages 4 to 6. It's Jaden Smart. We're here with Mike Pelletier to give you your award. So Jaden, I've got to ask you, the sand looks really tough out there. What's it like going through that sand?
Good. It's a little rough.
What's your favorite part of that track?
The finish line.
Well, it certainly proves because you're now our national champion for the 51cc, ages 4 to 6. It's Jaden Smart, everyone. Congratulations.
All right, coming back, Mike. Race number 8, our 85cc 9 to 12 main event on the line. We got Jeremy Fapani, Bradley Sharma, Zane Randall, Enzo Temmerman, Jace Heinrichs, Julian Beamer, Hayden Deegan. We're looking forward to this one. Jace Williams, Tommy Callow, Casey Cochran going to be in here as well. Carson Milliken, Jace Allred, Cole Kish, Travis Pine, Nathan Abbott, Dylan Blanca, who's had a great day so far. Jeremy Carpenter and Ryan Boutier. Here we go, Mike.
Into the first turn they go. Casey Cochran is just a rocket ship out of the gates here today. Casey Cochran taking yet another hole shot. He's got Hayden Deegan right there behind him. Cochran, of course, on the X-Star Suzuki machine. Hayden Deegan on that Orange Brigade KTM 1 and 2. This is going to be a fantastic battle between these two riders. Casey Cochran in moto number 1 finished the number 2 spot. Hayden Deegan took the win in moto number 1. As they come back into the sand, wow, Deegan really bouncing off that first roller section. As they come back around here, Casey Cochran out front leading this one, the number 66 Suzuki rider. Of course, he's already been crowned a national champion in one class. He would love to do it again here in the second class. Can he do it?
Well, he's got some competition behind him in Hayden Deegan, Dylan Blanca, Fapani, and Julian Beamer. Man, he's got some fast boys behind him. So we'll see. He had a good rhythm there. And there is Hayden Deegan and Blecha in the 3rd spot. But Cochran, man, gotten that track dialed. And like I said earlier, crowned champion. We'll see if he can pull off another one here. 85cc 9 to 12-year-olds as they exit the stadium. Don't count out Hayden Deegan. He wants to pull one of these off. He's got to post something on Instagram anyways, you know.
There you go. There you go. As he's working his way back into the stadium right now, Casey Cochran the first time around with 1.8 seconds ahead of Hayden Deegan. Deegan now trying to close that gap up on him. Deegan doubling over that first sand roller into the sand section. Seems to be a little bit faster than Cochran as they work their way into the sand, but Cochran makes up a little bit more time, I think, on the far side of the track. Up and over the tunnel they go. Two different lines there coming to the finish line.
Yeah, Hayden taking that inside line as looks like a lot of guys are taking that outside middle line, but here comes Hayden Deegan, the 38 on that KTM out of Murrieta, California.
Back to the rhythm section once again there. Deegan coming up a little bit short there. Casey Cochran, a nice smooth line there. Through the rhythm section, back across the start. Yellow flags waving here. Cochran takes the wide line. He's going to double in. Back into the Dragon's back. Casey Cochran last time by the line. Look at that. 103.2 for both of those riders, Cochran and Deegan. Nearly identical lap times there as they come back around, hundreds of a second separating these two. It's all going to come down to who makes less mistakes and who keeps that bike on two wheels for sure. As they come down through the sand section once again, Casey Cochran climbing up the hill into the CBD MD corner.
Hayden Deegan close second. Nothing yet, no challenge yet, but he's going to close in somewhere. Watch this rhythm section coming up here as they go over the finish. Take the tight right-hander, a little double through the tunnel. We'll keep an eye on this rhythm as long as Casey gets through there. Yep, jumps out. So does Hayden. Double, double, double all the way through. Cochran looking good right now.
The wildest part about this, if you think about it, we're watching these two young riders race each other here in Supercross Futures, and they're going to be racing each other. If they make it to that professional level, which they're well on their way, if they make it to that level, they're just going to continue racing each other for year after year after year. So this is going to be about, I think we're going to see years to come.
And now we have footage of it as well. So
absolutely.
In the future, they'll be showing this footage right here of Cochran and Deegan. Look, back in 2019, these guys were going at it, and now in 2035.
Yep, there you go.
They are battling it out for the Monster Energy Cup class. But we are at Supercross Futures today. Here comes Hayden Deegan. He's grabbing a handful. He wants to get it. There's still time left, so he doesn't need to get crazy yet. But he is closing in, trying to make a move. He likes that inside line right there.
So this is one of those situations. Hayden Deegan took the win in moto number 1. Casey Cochran finished second. But Deegan not able to make the double. Casey Cochran right now has put himself in a position to win the overall with a 2-1. The tiebreaker being the second moto finish. So they would both end up with 3 points, a 2-1 and a 1-2. But Cochran right now.
He was not aware of that. Yeah, they got the tough blocks out for rider safety. Here comes Deegan, almost landed on a lapper.
Deegan. A gutsy move right there, trying to double on the outside. Deegan comes up short again.
So Cochran wasn't aware of that down rider, and the safety crews putting the two blocks out to to keep that rider safe, and lost a little time, and then gets back in because Hayden Deegan almost landed on a lapper there as they enter the sand section once again. This is where Hayden really shines in this section here. Look at him go through there.
Back up top they go. 5 seconds left on the clock, so this will not be their white flag. They're going to go one more. Next time around, they'll be getting the white flag. But now here's where it gets interesting. They're running into some lap traffic, and a lot of it. If one of these riders is unable to make it through this rhythm section or do double all the way through, that could really bottle things up. However, Casey Cochran, he makes it through nice and clean. Looks like Deegan right there with him as well.
They got that injured rider up and out of the way. Cochran and Deegan, this is going to be good, Mike. I'm thinking sand section as they head back out one more time over the Dragon back. As long as they get through here, we're going to have a drag race outside of the stadium. Casey Cochran looking over his shoulder. Look what you have on your left now. You got Hayden Deegan.
Cochran looks to the right. Deegan swerves to the left.
Cochran grabs a handful, lays it down, hits the rut, and pins it to the sand. Here we go.
Whoa! Casey Cochran getting a little bit wild there. Look at Deegan running up the inside. Not going to be quite close enough. Casey Cochran, though, he knows he's there. That whole maneuver that we just saw there onto the Monster Alley reminded me of like Steve Wise and Danny Magoo Chandler in the old Elsinore Grand Prix days.
There you go. All right, final lap. White flag is out. 85cc, 9 to 12-year-olds. Deegan made a little mistake on that one, but should recover here. Cochran, the 66 Suzuki ride out of Claremont, Florida. X-Star Suzuki Fox, 100% FMF Nihilio.
Up around the outside here, Casey Cochran through the rhythm section, up and over the Dragon's back. Here comes Deegan. Look at Deegan, the drive. He gets off the Dragon's back.
Section.
He cuts to the inside, but Cochran shuts the door on him.
All right, Mike, one last chance for Hayden Deegan.
This is going to be it. This is going to be wild as they come back into the stadium.
He needs to do it. He has to do it right here.
Winner of this moto between these two is going to win the overall championship. Cochran gets sideways.
Hayden is pinned.
Wow. Casey Cochran holds on to it, though, as they head up to the top.
Inside. Went for a rear tire there.
Deegan gets sideways.
Loses his leggings and his footing. Here we go. Cochran to the finish. Pulls it off. Yeah.
What a race right there. Casey Cochran will go 2-1 for the overall national championship, his second on the day. Winning our 9 to 12 85cc class, Hayden Deegan will finish up in the number 2 spot overall. Julian Beamer will round out the top 3 overall. What a race between these two riders. Deegan taking the Moto 1 win, Cochran taking Moto number 2, and Cochran is pumped about it. A great ride for Deegan as well. I think they both rode to their full potential.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. One of the best races of the day. So we'll do a rundown. It's Casey Cochran with the win. Hayden Deegan ends up second. Julian Beamer, good ride for third. And with that third 3-3, he's going to end up third overall. Jeremy Fapani ends up fourth in that moto. Nathan Abbott fifth. Dylan Blecha in the sixth spot. Jace Allred is seventh. And Enzo Timmerman will come across eighth. Jace Williams in the ninth spot. And Cole Kish rounding out the top 10. All right, let's throw it to a rider spotlight of Hayden Deegan.
I'm Hayden Deegan, and I'm 13 years old from Temecula, California. I like Supercross Futures because it's really cool for kids to come up through the ranks in Supercross, not only motocross, and it's kind of something different, you know? We get to come out here and race Supercross in a stadium instead of always having to be out at a dirt track, like all dusty, and it's kind of nicer, like surrounding and pit, so I definitely like it more. Riding Supercross is kind of my thing. I have a Supercross track at my house, and that's what I ride all the time. So basically, it's just kind of my thing.
Let's welcome back to the podium Casey Cochran, the winner of your 85cc division, ages 9 to 12. Here is Mike Pelletier to give you your second award for the day.
Casey, congratulations again, man. Awesome job.
Casey, you're back on the podium. Welcome back. Taking your second national championship for the day. How does that feel?
Oh, this is crazy. I couldn't have rode it better than this. This is like a dream here for the first ever Supercross National Championship. I'm so happy.
Supercross Futures, it's all about the future, and I'm sure a lot of you watched some of your heroes at the Monster Energy Cup on Saturday. What's it like being out on the same track as your heroes?
It's so insane. The track is basically the same. They leave it so good, so technical. I just love it so much.
Congratulations to Casey Cochran, the winner of your 85cc division.
All right, Mike, too cool. These podium interviews are great. Seeing the energy and the emotion of the winners in the national championship, too cool to see up there.
I feel like after that performance and that last one, that title right there meant a little bit more to Casey Cochran than the first one. He seemed a little more excited about that one, and he was pumped up.
All right, Schoolboy 2, yes, sir. Schoolboy 2 into the first turn. Jeremy Ryan, Leighton Anderson, Carobus, Beelan, Schuring, Cade Niffing coming back out here. Tyler Floyd, Ewing, Lamborn, Riston Grigg. We'll see what he can do. Simeo, Ryder Ridson, and Warmouth.
Well, what Riston Grigg can do is get the whole shot. However, he's dropped back to the number 3 spot now. That is going to be Cade Niffing out front leading the way here. Niffing out front, Jeremy Ryan up into the number 2 spot. Riston Grigg drops to the number 3 spot. Good battle there for third and fourth. Cade Niffing, we've seen him out front before already once. He's got Jeremy Ryan right there behind him, Cade Niffing in this class. But this is another situation here, 2-1 and a 1-2. So Jeremy Ryan took moto number 1, Cade Niffing finished second. They're once again in that position. However, they're flip-flopped this time, so Cade Niffing in the number 1 spot. If it were to stay where it's at right now, Niffing is looking at the overall national championship.
Wow. Well, we'll see if he can pull it off. He's got 5-6 minutes to do it and take it home. And here he is right here, the 85, the YZ 250F. Is Cade Niffing out of San Diego on the EBR Yamaha Monster Answer 100% Ethica Garnet and Dunlop ride. And he's actually pulling away from Jeremy Ryan. What a heck of a first lap that was for Cade Niffing. Look at that.
Yeah, Lucas Lamborn working his way up to the number 3 spot now. Riston Grigg is dropped back to 4th, and Jack Beeland rounding out your top 5. Good line right there for your leader through the sand section as he works his way around. Up into the stands, up and over the tunnel jump now. Jeremy Ryan in that number 2 spot last time by the line. They were 1.8 seconds apart. This time by, they're only 1.6 seconds, so 0.2 of a second gain there for Jeremy Ryan. That last lap back into the rhythm section. Lucas Lamborn going to be 3 seconds back from him in the number 3 spot.
All right, so Niffing out front there on that EBR Yamaha. Jeremy Ryan and Lucas Lamborn. Riston Grigg in 4th, and Grigg in that first moto also got a 4th. Nice line for Cade Niffing there. And here comes Jeremy Ryan hot on his tail through the back section, Monster Alley.
Niffing working his way back around now down Monster Alley, coming back in the stadium into the sand section. He goes, looks so smooth coming into the sand. A lot of guys kind of bouncing their way in and things like that, but not Niffing. Jeremy Ryan in the number 2 spot right now, 2.3 seconds back. Lambourne in third, 4.2 seconds back from Ryan. 2:20 left to go here in this one. They start coming up on some lap traffic already here. Cade Niffing taking the outside line. He doubles in. I would say consistently, on average, that seems to be the faster entryway into that section.
Yeah.
The guys that go to the outside seem to get a little better drive all the way through it than the guys taking the inside.
Carries the speed around the outside there. Turn 1. Double jumping on. I like it. Onto the Dragon's back and out into Montreal. Jeremy Ryan behind him. The number 10 ride out of Morgan Hill, California on Bubba's Low Bed Service. They must have a trucking company or something back there. And there is Niffing getting around another lapper into the sand. Let's see how he pre-jumps over that first jump, Mike, and into the sand. He is pinning it. He wants to take this one home.
Well, minute 30 left to go. Once again, Cade Niffing, he finished second in Moto number 1. Jeremy Ryan was your Moto 1 winner. So Niffing right now is looking at a 2-1 for the overall national championship title. It's all going to come down to this one, but Jeremy Ryan is right there behind him. As they come into more lap traffic, Ryan is 1.1 seconds back. Oh, Jeremy Ryan getting caught up a bit with traffic. Doesn't slow him up too much, though. They look like they bump bars a bit. And there you see Jeremy Ryan starting to close the gap back up on your race leader. Back into the center section now as they double, triple through. Back around the outside.
Ryan closing in a little bit. Had a good lap there. Cade really has that section dialed right there as he jumps onto the Dragon back and carries the speed into Montreal.
Wow.
Here comes Jeremy Ryan, doesn't he? He's closing in.
Jeremy Ryan, the number 10 KTM rider out of Morgan Hill. Closing the gap up on your race leader right now. We'll see what the lap times are when they come by this time. Niffing, Ryan Lambourne, your top 3. Riston Grigg in fourth. Jack Beeland in the number 5 spot. Riston in the 6th spot. Schuring in the 7th. Sumail, Floyd, Ewing, and Jaworski.
Those lap times pretty close. Actually, Ryan had a faster lap. I don't think Cade made any mistakes. I think Jeremy just had an awesome lap there. 58.4 to a 58.6 of Cade Niffing. And you see Jeremy Ryan hot on his tail.
Tell you what, I got a feeling we're going to see some tricks pulled out of his sleeve here from Jeremy Ryan as Ryan trying to get by lap traffic. Ryan has to cut to the inside, still able to double, though. That may have actually been a little bit quicker. He seemed to gain a little bit of time there. They work their way by lap traffic. Out of Monster Alley they go, out of the stadium, up and over the tunnel now, coming back in. Little mistake there for the
Correct.
85 of Niffing.
Didn't land in the right spot that he wanted. Still hanging on to this thing. They're going at it through the sand. It's Cade Niffing, Jeremy Ryan, 1-2. Who's going to take this title, Mike? It's going to come down to this final lap.
Here they come back around up and over the tabletop there into the finish. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go. Now Jeremy Ryan knows at this point he's got to win this moto to win the national championship title.
They both do.
Yeah, they both do. Here they come back into the rhythm section.
Little mistake for Jeremy. He's got to dive inside. He's got to do something. He's got to make a move here. Cade Niffing looking perfect, looking flawless. Gets through the lappers, uses that a little bit to an advantage. Takes the midline this time, Mike.
Well, you know, as Ricky was talking about a little bit earlier when we watched some of these guys riding early on in the race, Ricky says he would rather be the hunter than hunted, and I would have to agree if I was in that position. Looking at this point, though, at this point in the race, obviously I'd much rather be Cade Niffing. He's only got a half a lap left to go.
Correct, into the sand, and he is on the gas and pulled away. Jeremy, a few tiny little mistakes, but it's just going to be enough. Down the CBD-MD corner, over the tunnel, and one final corner. It is Cade Niffing taking the win and the championship, Mike. Jeremy Ryan ended up second, and second overall. Won't be stoked with that, but Cade Niffing bringing home another one.
A fantastic ride for Cade Niffing there in that one. Jeremy Ryan, like you say, second overall. Lucas Lambourne looks like he will take third overall with a 3-3 finish as he comes around. So there's Cade Niffing, our second two-time national championship title winner here today so far. Lambourne crosses the line in third for the moto and third overall. That's going to put Riston Grigg fourth overall for the championship. And Jack Beeland rounding out your top 5. There you see Cade Niffing riding off the track. We'll catch up with him on the podium here very shortly. Coming up next, we have our plus 25 moto number 2, race number 10. And let's send it down for a rider spotlight with Riston Grigg.
what's going on, guys? My name is Riston Grigg. I'm from Asheville, North Carolina, and I'm 18 years old. Yeah, riding here in Las Vegas is very special to me, especially at the Monster Energy Cup, to be able to, you know, throw myself out there on the same track as the pros. Like, they didn't change it a whole lot, so it's pretty realistic from last night, and that's just incredible to me to be able to go out there and experience this, and I think it's going to be a really good weekend. This is Riston Grigg, and stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Entered all these classes. He's got to do it. He's got to do something here. I know the boys back in Michigan and Ohio are rooting him on right now, that's for sure.
Winner in our 25-plus moto number 1 was Mason Eck. James Roberts took second. Michael Carter third. Matas Inda taking fourth, and Michael Mercer rounded out your top 5. Glorioso just missing out the top 5 in the number 6 spot there in moto number 1. So we'll see how it all shakes down here in this one.
After this, we'll go on to race 11. That's College Boy 16 to 24. Then we'll have a 250C and 65cc 10 to 11, followed by our 51 limited 4 to 8. I want to remind everyone on November 16th, we're having a highlight show. The NBC Sports Network Supercross Futures Highlight Show on NBC Sports. All right, Mike, our 25-plus main event.
Well, that whole shot right there may make that highlight reel. I tell you what, that was an impressive start right there. That is going to be Mason Eck, your moto number 1, a winner, flying out of the gate on that one, and he is out front leading the way here through Monster Alley. They go outside the stadium. Eck out front, James Roberts in second. Mason Glorioso up to the number 3
spot. Yeah, there he is. Mercer in there in 4th, and Glorioso, Carter, and McNulty chasing down James Roberts out of Michigan. His buddy Larry Whitmer told me to root him on and say hi, and we'll say hi to Larry back east. Here is our 25-plus. It is James Roberts, Mason Eck, Matas Inda, and Michael Mercer in 4th. See if he can make a couple moves to get up there, but James Roberts looking real good. The 165 ride on out of Ortonville, the TCD Dynamics Printing JR1 transport ride. Hang on.
Woo! James Roberts, he is out front, and he just tripled his way out of that section. Depends how you want to look at it, right?
Right.
Ricky would say he tripled. We'd say he quadded. He jumped a long way out of that rhythm section is what we're trying to say. One of the very few riders we've seen do that here today. Roberts finished up in the number 2 spot in moto number 1. Right now he's looking at a 2-1 overall for the national championship title as he works his way through the sand. Mason Eck sitting in the number 2 spot.
Matas Inda in 3rd, and Mercer still in 4th. Mercer's got to get going. What did he get in that first moto? A 5th in that first one. Roberts looking good today. 165 through the rhythm. You'll see him double here. Double, and double out as well. This is the section here we got to watch. Double and he's not going to do it. He'll triple out. Is that a triple or a double?
Big jump. It's a big jump out. As they work their way around, one thing I'm noticing here after the last track maintenance break, looks like a few more ruts in the rhythm section on the faces of those jumps in between them. It's a little more moisture holding in the dirt. Changes things up a little bit.
We will have one more track maintenance, and that'll be after our women's class. So for our final 9 motos, as Roberts getting kicked a little bit there coming into the sand, but he's got a decent-sized lead on Mason Eck, the 8:10 ride out of Collinsville, Illinois, on the Big St. Charles Aggressive Graphics Factory Connection ride.
Modest Inda there at the number 3 spot. Mercer up into 4th now. So Michael Mercer in this class, he finished 5th in moto number 1. He's looking to better himself from that with a 4th place finish. Mason Glorioso, the 6:11, in the number 5 spot here in this one. 2 minutes left to go. Your race leader, coming up a little bit short there. Looking good right now. He's got a 3.7 second lead on Mason Eck. So I do believe he's going to go for a 2. He's looking for a 2-1. The overall win here in this one, Mason Eck would be going 1-2 for a second overall.
Roberts looking good there, coming around Monster Alley and coming back into the sand. He likes this section here. It's almost like he's bottoming out in some of those sections. You see that? There's another battle behind him. 13, Modest Inda, and there's Mercer. There's Mercer in 4th, trying to make do and catch up a few spots as they go up the CBDMD turn.
I'd be curious to find out who has had the most track time here today. Who ran the most classes?
Without a doubt, Mercer, right? So he did 3 in the first moto. This is 4.
Yep.
He'll have 6 by the end of this thing, so it has to be him.
Here they come back into the rhythm section. You see Mercer chasing down Inda. Inda on the number 13 bike there.
Out of Moore Park, California, on the Moto Whips, Brandy Bondi floors, Hinson Maxima technical touch ride. And Mercer out of Cincinnati, Ohio, on the Answer Racing back to Cowie. There's Inda there on our screen. YZ250 2-stroke. Mercer closing in a little bit. So Mercer closing in just a little bit as they enter the sand here. And Matas Inda pinning that YZ250 2-stroke.
Yeah, Inda right there riding that Moto Whips custom built 2-stroke by Justin Meyerson. Meyerson here this weekend as well with him, mechanicking and tuning on that bike. Really, really cool bike built by Moto Whips. He's working his way through the rhythm section right now.
With Mercer on his tail. Oh, he loses the front end.
No.
Goes down.
And that really cool bike is stuck wide open.
Yeah, well, he tried to go under a lapper. The lapper lost his balance. That's what happened there. And took them both out. So Mercer now going to move up to 3rd. Is that going to change anything in our overall results of 5-3? Probably not. But Mason Eck looking good with a 1-2. And a James Roberts with a 2-1. We'll see. Should be Roberts there at the end, but we'll see what happens as Mercer keeps plugging away and see if he can make some moves here, and hopefully something happens in front of him. This is our 25-plus main event as we're winding this one down as well. There's the white flag for Mike Mercer, and he's in that 3rd spot. As we're going to look for our leader, James Roberts and Mason Eck here on the track end front and see what is going to happen with this title, Mike. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, James Roberts right now, the 5-second lead here. Roberts has looked pretty much flawless throughout this race here. Michael Mercer looking strong here as well. Yet again out on the track. It's Roberts, Eck, Mercer, Johnson, Carter, your top 5. Glorioso, McNulty, Gomez, Inda, Potts, your top 10.
All right, coming on down to the finish. White flag still waving. There it is, James Roberts with the 1-footed karate chop. He will take the win and should have the overall championship, I believe.
I believe unofficially at this point in time, yes. He finished 2nd at moto number 1, finished 1st in this one, a 2-1. That's giving you the overall right there. So James Roberts, your AMA national champion, here for our 25-plus class. Mason Eck will finish up 2nd. Michael Mercer 3rd in the moto, and it looks like Mercer with a 5-3 overall will also take 3rd overall in the championship as well. There you see James Roberts. He is pumped on this finish and his championship win. as he heads over to receive his award here. We get set for the next race. Looking for our 250C main. Oh, I take that back. I'm sorry. College Boy main coming up here in this one. Moto number 2. In this one, we got Reese Matherly, Josh Collar, Spencer Winter, Jack Beeland, Blake Cobbin, Caleb White, Riley Ripper, Wyatt Lyonsmith, Caden Palmer, John Douglas, Kenny Mandrick, Adam Cranford. He's going to be one to watch in this one. Blake Hazen, another one to watch. Noah Wright, Tanner Gandy, Addison Emery, Dylan Flatley, Colton Eigenman, and Garrett Nibbler.
So on the line, ready to go. College Boy 16 to 24. This is class 11 on the line. And getting ready to go. After this, we're going to have a 250C like you thought, and 65cc 10 to 11, then 51cc limited 4 to 8, and then our women's class. Then we'll have another track maintenance there, Mike, and then we'll go into our last set of 9 motos. All right, I think we're going to throw it down to the podium. James Roberts with a title, and Sarah Jessica.
It's the Supercross Futures champion of the 25 and up category, James Roberts. We're here with Mike Pelletier from AMA to give you your award.
James, congratulations, dude. Congratulations. Thank you.
You are just brimming with excitement over here. I can't imagine what's it like to be a part of the future of motocross.
Well, it's obviously amazing coming here with my whole family and my closest friends. It's unreal. We're so far from home, and I don't even know how I'm getting my bike home, but it doesn't really matter. This is why we did it. So.
You came here to win. Tell us a little bit about this track. How does it compare to other tracks you've raced on?
Well, I don't really ride Supercross ever except for the 2 races that I did to get here. So there's pretty much everything different about it. So, but it was perfect. You know, the dirt was good. I like how they didn't knock it down too much, and they gave you a real feel for Supercross. So it was cool.
And obviously, you paid off for you in the best. So here's James Roberts, everyone, the winner of your 25 and up division.
Congratulations to James Roberts, and I know the boys back in Michigan, the Michigan Mafia, and Larry Whitmer and the crew are rooting you on back there, buddy. So congrats on that one. Our College Boy 16 to 24 on the line here, Mike, and we've gone through the names. Here we go, is the start.
As that gate drops, we'll see who grabs the whole shot here. Can look at that coming from the inside there. I believe that may be... Oh, I thought it was going to be the Eigenman going to be right there.
There you go. Now he sneaks in.
Yeah. Eigenman taking over the number 1 spot. He was your moto number 1 winner here in this class. Blake Hazen in the number 2 spot there. Adam Cranford in the 3 spot. Spencer Winter in the 4. Wyatt Lyonsmith in the number 5 spot. And look at this right here. Adam Cranford. Cranford coming up the inside now. This is the moto that we saw these two battling out in moto number 1, and what ended up happening was Cranford tried a crazy triple line, didn't make it, went over the handlebars, and ended up in the back of the pack.
Oh, no! Punted off the side of the track. Was that Blake Hazen? Yeah, the 269. Made a block pass, pretty aggressive block pass there, and Eigenman goes off the side of the track.
Well, that could definitely change things up here as Eigenman was sitting in the number. Wow!
He quadded out. Cranford did it again, like you said.
This is where Cranford tried to triple in. There he goes.
Nice.
Cranford tripling in. I'm fairly certain that is the first time we've seen that, other than when he tried it earlier today.
Sure.
He's the only rider we've seen do that so far here in the Supercross Futures program. And look at the lead. He's stretching out now. Spencer Winter up to the number 2 spot. Blake Hayes in the 3 spot. Addison Emery in the 4. Lyonsmith in the 5. Whoa!
Cranford, hang on. The 127 is Adam Cranford out of Kingston, Tennessee, on the Real Deal training facility. Cycle Gear slip shot, hole shot devices helping him out. And he got a great start with that slip shot, hole shot device. Here he comes over the finish for lap number 1. Man, he's pulled away from the group, hasn't he? Spencer Winter comes across second, and Blake Hazen in that 3rd spot.
Yeah, one thing I tell you what, though, Adam Cranford's got to be careful when he comes into that sand section. He's carrying a lot of speed, which is good to see, but that front wheel got a little heavy there. As they head back around right now.
All right, he's still tripling out the 127 of Cranford.
Back down Monster Alley he goes, working his way around, up and over the tunnel jump. Coming back into the stadium now.
is Cranford. Spencer Winter in that second spot. Addison Emery moved up one, and Blake Hazen actually dropped a few spots.
Oh, we got a rider down there in the sand.
How about Eigenman has dropped to 18th, Mike? So maybe a mechanical with that slam. That might have been a mechanical problem.
Could be that, or we got a rider down in the sand section.
Okay,
that could be Eigenman. So that is going to destroy Eigenman's chances at a national championship title here, which is going to change all sorts of things up. Spencer Winter, who's sitting second now, looking at an overall with a 2-2. So not winning a single moto, but potentially going to win a national championship title.
Man, he looks good on that thing. Quadding out. We'll watch him if he's going to do it here. Yep, triples in.
Back up and over the Dragon's back once again right now. Adam Cranford in the number 2 spot. Still going to be Spencer Winter. Ryan Smith going to be 1.6 seconds back from him in third. Addison Emery in fourth. Hazen in fifth. Cobbin, Ripper, Mandrick, Collar, Douglas, Beelan. And now Eigenman now shown in the number 12 spot. So he's trying to work his way back up through the pack here.
All right, so Cranford coming by one more time around. This is College Boy 16-24. He's set a 59.6 on that one, Mike. He is ripping it up and pulling away. He has a 5-second lead over Spencer Winter in that second spot. Wyatt Lyonsmith third. There he goes, triples out in that section. Then he'll go double and he's just tripling now, taking it easy. Single out, and does he still triple here?
I think he likes this section. Now that he's got it figured out, he looks good, he looks comfortable through it. Up and over the Dragon's back he goes. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw him try to triple off the Dragon's back. I did see one rider do that yesterday in practice. I haven't seen it today in what we've been watching, but I did see one rider do it yesterday. Here he comes back through the sand section right now. Cranford out front, Winter still in second. So as of right now, Spencer Winter is looking at a national championship title, even though he's going to go 2-2 if he hangs on to this spot right now. Wyatt Lyonsmith in third, 1.2 seconds back from Winter on the track. Emery in fourth, and Cobbin in the number 5 spot. 10 seconds left to go on the clock. They're going to get the white flag next time around.
Cranford through the rhythm one more time. Take it easy this time through. Doesn't need to push it with that 5.3 second lead. Cranford right the 127 ride out of Tennessee Real Deal Training Facility and Cycle Gear helping him out. Still tripling, Mike.
Yeah, and Eigenman now working his way back up in the number 9 spot. So he's looking at a potential 4th overall for Eigenman, your Moto number 1 winner. A heartbreak here in this one for him. Got roughed up a bit there on the start.
Yep, but that happens. Aggressive riding, everyone going for it. So here comes Spencer Winter.
Here they come back down the sand section. Look how deep the sand ruts are getting at this point. Cranford out front, leading this one, but the ruts through that sand section. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go here. Cranford fast lap of 59.3. That is going to be the fastest lap on the track at this point here in this one. Turn that on lap number 3. Back into the rhythm section he goes.
Yeah, he's got this section down. A couple lappers, no big deal. He's got a good lead. Should be fine. Just don't cut underneath him and get landed on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now he's taking it real easy.
He's going to cut to the inside here. Not going to be able to do his triple line that he was doing originally. You see the blue flags waving there, letting those guys know their lap traffic. There goes your race leader. He's got a clear track ahead of him now.
One more time back into the stadium.
As they come back around here, Adam Cranford looking for a moto win here in this one. Here comes Cranford up and over the tunnel. One final time, taking the inside line here. And checkered flag is waving. Moto number 2, College Boy. Adam Cranford taking the moto win in this one. However, some tough luck, and moto number 1 is going to give him 6th overall as these riders are all finished up. Ladies and gentlemen, your AMA National Champion for College Boy is going to be our 2nd place finisher, Spencer Winter. Winter, the number 25 KTM rider, and he knows it at this point. Winter is the championship title holder now for the College Boy class of Supercross Futures. He gives the crowd a fist pump there as he comes off the track. Cranford giving him a high five there.
That's cool. said, "You did it, man. You did it." So Winter with the 2-2, Lyonsmith with a 3-3, Eigenmann 1-7. What did Cranford end up in his first moto? 16-1. All right, Mike, as we wait for that champion to get crowned, we're going to go back. We missed one earlier today. It was Schoolboy 2 and Cade Niffing. Let's go back to that podium interview.
Congratulations to Caden Niffing. He's the winner of our Schoolboy 2 divisions, ages 12 to 17. We're up here with Mike Pelletier to give you your award. Caden, you're coming in with your second championship of the day. What's it feel like to have 2 championships under your belt in one day?
It feels pretty good. The first one I was riding like really nervous, and that second one before this, I kind of think I knew I had it, but I was riding a little tense. This one I had nothing to lose, coming in with a second, so I want to get that whole shot and get out front and just play no games.
Well, it's really played to your suits. Tell us, what are your favorite parts about this track?
I'd say definitely the favorite part is just holding it wide to that sand section after when you come out of the stadium. It's pretty fun, and maybe the finish line section too.
Congratulations to Caden Niffing.
All right, Mike, it's 250C on the line, getting ready for their main event. And we have Brandon Steele, Blaze Broman, Jake Brassfield, Dalton Anderson, Andrew Bragdon, and Joby Benitez, Nicholas Fredrickson, Robert Haley, Zach Kazmarek, Kobe Andrews, Dylan Kuna coming back out there, Taylor Alexander, Tyler Floyd, Josh Briggs, Caden Ewing, Chase Kenzel, Danny Paring, Anthony Bertel, Josh Moziaks, and Carlo Granziano. Seth Burnett on the 814. This is 250C, getting ready for their second moto, final moto of the day. Championship on the line in this one. I think it was Kuna with the win in that first moto, and Steele second.
Yeah, Dylan Kuna taking the moto number 1 win before this one gets going. Let's send it back down right now to Sarah Jessica on the podium.
Congratulations to Spencer Winter, the winner of the College Boy Division. That's ages 16 to 24. I have to ask you, what's it like coming out of that gate in that pack, trying to get that whole shot, trying to get ahead? What's that experience like?
It's really sketchy. I was sitting second coming in the moto, and I knew how to get at least another second, beat one kid to get the overall in the championship.
So here you are ahead. You didn't actually win this last race, but you took the championship today. Your consistency pays off. It's over 99%. How do you feel?
It feels awesome, heading home with the number 1 plate.
Well, before I let you go, I have to have Mike Pelletier right here from AMA to give you your award. Congratulations.
Back to racing here in this one, our 250C class on the track. Well, the 101 of Taylor Alexander getting out front early on here in this one. Brandon Steele in the number 2 spot, Dylan Kuna in the 3 spot. Taylor Alexander finished up 3rd in moto number 1. Looking for a 3-1 early on here in this one. Still a lot of racing left to go, though.
So it's Alexander, Steele, Kuna, Ryder Risden, and Joby Benitez, Andrew Bragdon, and Joshua Moziaks going at it here. 250C in Monster Alley coming back into the stadium.
And take a look at this sand section. When we look at this other angle here, you really see how deep the ruts are getting. Wow, look at our 3rd place rider rocketing. Look at that.
That's Kuna.
Kuna working his way up to the number 2 spot. Your moto number 1 winner here in this one.
Oh, inside, dive inside there. Trying to make a move. It's going to set him up nice inside in this corner as well.
Oh, and he's got him.
There you go. Nice move.
Ooh, that was close.
Tough landing for Taylor Alexander. And inside, here comes Brandon Steele trying to make a move now into second.
Well, this is the last place that they want Dylan Kuna to be, because he just absolutely dominated moto number 1, and he gets out front and he's going to start stretching that lead out. So they've got to latch onto him at this point and try to keep him in his sights, because if they let him get too far away, he is going to be gone.
True. Yeah, he took off in moto number 1, and he's looking good again right now. Kuna, the 55 ride out of Modesto, California, AmeriCorps, Lucas Oil, Pro Circuit, Kawasaki Dirt Digits, helping him out and looking to bring home a title to NorCal. rail, that sand section. So in about, what do we got? Two more races, and then we'll have a track maintenance Mike clean it up for that last set of 9 motos.
It looks like the medic flag waving there.
Landed rough there. They will tend to him. It is Dylan Kuna out front here. Taylor Alexander and Brandon Steele.
As you can see, Kuna right now.
Looking good out front into this step-up section. And Taylor Alexander, Brandon Steele, and Joby Benitez, your top 4. 250C. Up next will be our 65cc 10 to 11. And 51 limited 4 to 8 after that. Look at that. Oh, jumping into the sand, Mike. He got a little loose. It is getting rough down there. So Kuna on that Kawasaki. Here's the rhythm section one more time. What a day he's had in that first moto, taking the win. Raylan through there, double. He's looking back to see what's going on. Where is everybody?
Yeah, he's out to a 6-second lead right now. Alexander in the number 2 spot. He finished up 3rd in moto number 1.
Taylor Alexander, Brandon Steele, and Joby Benitez chasing behind him. .250C going at it. Oh, one rider down there entering the uphill corner, the CBD corner. That's a little treacherous coming into that because that's a preferred line there.
When you can see the sand right there, actually getting a braking bump that's actually like almost like landing to a double. It almost seems like they're doubling over it. And you catch that just wrong, and you're going to hit the ground for sure. Kuna going to be out front. The 101 of Taylor Alexander in 2nd. Brandon Steele in the number 3 spot. Benitez in the number 4 spot. Bragdon in the 5. Luzakis in the number 6. Broman in the 7. Kaz Marzik in the 8. Graziano Perry rounding out your top 10 here in this one. Time has expired.
This is Taylor Alexander here in 2nd place. The 101. Out of Kennewick, Washington, GMC Motorsports Fly Racing Dunlop helping him out.
Kuna, the only rider in this one to get down below 1 minute lap time with a 59.7. It's going to be the fastest on the track. Taylor Alexander's fastest lap time going to be a 1:02. Alexander looking for a 2nd overall here. This one, Brandon Steele will be looking for a 3rd overall. So Brandon Steele finished 2nd in moto number 1. Alexander finished 3rd in moto 1, and now they're swapping spots for moto 2, and that tiebreaker's coming down to moto number 2. So right now Alexander's setting himself up for a 2nd overall in the championship. The white flag is out for him. 1 lap left to go. But Dylan Kuna looking for a 1-1 sweep here of our 250C class. There you see Kuna working his way around there, the 55.
How about it? What a day for Kuna on that 55 ride out of Modesto, California. AmeriCorps, Lucas Oil, Pro Circuit Kawasaki helping him out. And he is going to bring home, most likely, a 250C championship here as he heads back into the stadium one more time. Look at how rough and ripped up that section is now.
Yeah, and right now he's got to just keep it clean, stay away from the lapped riders. Oh, lapped rider's going to stay away from him. Up and over the tunnel he goes. One final corner. And your 250C national champion, Dylan Kuna. The 55 Kawasaki rider taking a 1-1 overall win. No questioning that. Who is our national champion with a 1-1 solid sweep for the 2? We'll be hearing from Dylan Kuna very shortly here. Taylor Alexander coming around for 2nd in that race. That gives him 2nd overall in the championship as well.
Nice.
Brandon Steele taking 3rd in that one for a 2-3 3rd overall. So our AMA national champion, Dylan Kuna. Congratulations to him for the 250C title. As coming up next, we have got our 65cc 10 to 11 moto number 2.
And And on the line for that one, it is Emerson Barrel on the 14 ride. Dexter Seitz on the 15 KTM. Bowen Bell is the 24 ride. Carson Fields on the 27. Helena Humphrey coming back out on the 62 ride. Stetson Romero on the 70. And Keaton Lawson is the 74. Garrett Reeves and Hayden Davey. We'll go to a rider spotlight now. Andrew Brake.
Hi, my name is Andrew Bragdine. I am 17 years old from Bishop, California. I'm here racing Las Vegas Supercross Features, and I'm racing 250C and Open C, and this is a great experience because this is where the big pros race. You're live with Supercross Features with Andrew Bragdine.
It's the winner of your 250C division, Dylan Cunha, up here with Mike Pelletier. He's going to give you your championship plate. This is your second win for the day, sweeping ahead. Tell us, what is the most challenging part of the track out there?
Challenging part of the track is probably the sand. It's probably my favorite part because I just love blitzing it, going through it hard.
And what does it feel like to be part of the future of Supercross on top of this podium?
It's such a great experience. I'm glad to be part of the first championship one. Yeah, thanks everyone working the track. It's so good.
Let's give it up for Dylan Cunha. Congratulations.
We definitely rode a fantastic set of motos there with a 1-1 overall win. On the line, Dave, as you were calling out there, the rest of our 65cc 10 to 11 riders, who else we got on the line?
Yep, Keaton Lawson on the 74, Garrett Reeves the 80, Hayden Davey the 86, David Fry the 89, Brazen Dever, that is on the 112, Nathan Beerbaum on the 137, Gannon Lawson the 199, Wyatt Harrington the 240, Zach Brad is the 247, Kenyon Richards coming back out of Egg Harbor Township, trying to pull off a title in this one. Brody Orr, Anthony Rhodes, Ryan Boutier, Preston Zollers, the 827. This is 65, 10 to 11. Here we go.
I believe this is the moto in moto number one that Canyon had bike troubles. He's lined up all the way to the inside. Running up that inside. Is he going to grab the hole shot here in this one? He's not going to get it. Who's going to grab that hole shot? I believe that might be the 15 there. Dexter Seitz with the hole shot. Lana Humphrey taking over the lead now. Humphrey up into the number one spot. Humphrey finished first in moto number one, looking for a 1-1 sweep in this one. The 15 there of Seitz dropping back to the number 2 spot. Gannon Lawson in the 3 spot. Beerbaum in the 4. David Fry in the 5 spot as they come back into the sand. As we get back into the little bikes here in this sand section, it's getting gnarlier and gnarlier for these guys.
With those small wheels too, throwing them around side to side. Kalena Humphrey leading early. Dexter Seitz and Gannon Lawson top 3. We'll see as they come across. There's been any changes here on lap number 1. Oh, doesn't jump the finish line. Grabs a handful of brakes and rolls it. Still comfortable in the lead. Lawson comes across second. Seitz in third. Preston Zollers in the 4th spot. Nathan Beerbaum comes up a little short there. He is Humphrey. Beerbaum in 5th. Bowen Bell 6th. Kenyon Richards back in 7th, Mike.
Wow, so Canyon's got some work to do here in this one. Kalana Humphrey into the rhythm section once again, coming around out front right now with a 1.8 second lead over the 199 of Gannon Lawson. Humphrey out of Huntington Beach, riding for the Husqvarna team as he works his way back around now outside the stadium. Down Monster Alley he goes. Number 62.
Back at us. Yep, the 62 with that Deuce, the collaboration Alpine Stars gear, looking good here today. And back in. Here's this rough section. We'll see what he gets through. Now the shadow from the concourse there coming into play in that sand section. Man, just getting tossed around every which way.
There he goes up and over the tunnel jump there, coming back around. Up and over the finish line there. He airs it out that time. Gannon Lawson still in 2nd. Seitz in 3rd. Beerbaum in 4th. Zollers in 5th. Kenyon Richards still sitting in the number 6 spot. Richards trying to close that gap up on him. Kalana Humphrey has already taken the national championship title in one class. Can he do it again in a second class?
Well, it looks like right now, I'm thinking yes. But behind him, there's a bunch of guys going at it. Gannon Lawson, Preston Zollers, and Seitz. Look at this, Mike.
Wow.
Zollers is at 827 right. He's from my neck of the woods there back home. And Seitz, Beerbaum on the 137, all going at it. There's Canyon Richards to the right side of the screen on the Yamaha. There's Beerbaum on the 137, all going at it as they exit Monster Alley, the back side of the stadium, outside. And coming back in, Canyon Richards trying to make a move. There's Zollers, the 827.
They head back into the stadium now. Canyon Richards going to try to run up the inside through the sand here. Keep an eye there on Richards, the 316 Yamaha rider, wheeling through the sand. Not quite enough drive to make a move. Oh, wow.
Oh.
That was Beerbaum right there in front of him, catching a hole, swapping sideways.
The kid in third, 827 right there. He won one of the KTM challenges about 2 years ago in Indianapolis.
Really?
Yeah, I'm friends with him. I actually know the kid pretty well, and his dad and the family. And yeah, won one of the KTM Junior Supercross challenges a few years ago at Indy.
Look here, they come back around through this rhythm section here. Canyon Richards, we've seen him double some through this rhythm section. If he could get some doubles in, I think he'd be passing these guys pretty quick. Meanwhile, Kalana Humphrey out front leading the way here in this one. A 1:13 fast lap. That is 3 seconds faster than the next fastest lap on the track. So Kalana Humphrey checking out here in this one, 5.9 seconds back is Gannon Lawson.
Zollers on the screen. Oh, gets kicked around a little bit. There's Canyon Richards closing in the 316 ride. And he's just had an interesting day. Super fast, setting some great lap times, but just not up at the top where he needs to be. But he's on it right now. He had some bike problems, like you said, earlier today in his first moto of the day, I believe it was. So Richards trying to make a move through the sand, trying to take a different line.
Look at the drive he's got around the outside. He's got it.
Back down the CBD MD turn over the tunnel and to the finish one more time. There's Canyon Richards. There's Preston Zollers entering the turn, now exiting. And Richards couldn't jump it that time, but here they come to the rhythm.
This is where I think Richards could really make up some time. Oh, came up a little bit short there. That's tough. If you start, if you get a little messed up, especially on a 65, it's hard to get that rhythm back going.
The power to get back over. A little bit of gap between those last few jumps, so he doubles out there. And Zollers pulled away just a little bit. Out front, Kalana Humphrey. Gannon lost in second. Preston Zollers here, and Canyon Richards there on your screen in fourth.
Well, time is going to expire here. They're going to be getting the white flag this time around. Our race leader looking for another national championship win here in the 65cc 10 to 11 class.
Gannon closing back in on Preston Zollers.
Lawson holding on to second right now. Lawson looking for a second overall with a 4-2 finish. Zollers looking for third overall with a 5-3 finish.
Back to Kalana Humphrey up front. Your leader. There's a white flag, Mike. But he's only got one to go.
Wow.
We'll pull another one. Maybe we'll hear another awesome interview from him down on the podium. That first one was sweet.
Humphrey just landed from the finish line standing up and has not sat down yet. He made all three of those corners standing through the inside rut berm.
I like it.
Look, he's still standing.
There you go.
He's going to stand this whole last lap. And for those that have never tried to do that at a high rate of speed, like he's going, standing up throughout a corner is not an easy task to do.
You got the jersey hanging out, Jason Anderson style. Got to love that. Yep, he's just cruising it on.
Oh, popping a little wheelie there down Monster Alley. He's feeling confident. He knows he's got this one. As he comes back around here, still has yet to sit down.
There's
another wheelie. Yeah.
Into the sand, section one last time. Kalana Humphrey. Gannon Lawson still second. Canyon Richards, Preston Zollers, and Beerbaum. All right, Mike.
Surely he's going to sit right here.
No,
look at this.
2 more turns. Good observation there. Final corner. Stand up through that one as well.
And he's got it. Fist bump. Yes. Kalana Humphrey right
his
there.
Seat fell off.
I don't know. He's still not
his seat
sitting.
Fell off, Mike, because he's looking down. So.
Oh, it did.
Something going on there. Yeah, his seat fell off. Lawson giving him the fist bump as they come through. That's why he didn't sit down.
Here, we just thought he's doing it because he's that good.
Right.
He wins the national championship and his seat falls off.
Yep.
He doesn't care.
Nah, he's probably looking for it. Hey, where'd it go? I need this thing.
Humphrey said I could ride this without sitting down, no problem.
Sure did.
Wow, so Kalana Humphrey there, 1-1 overall win. Your AMA National Champion here in Supercross Futures, 65cc, 10-11. Gannon Lawson will take second overall in the championship, followed up by Dexter Seitz, rounding out your top 3 there. Preston Zallers will take 4th overall, and Wyatt Harrington rounding out your top 5.
Well, let's go to a rider spotlight of Canyon Richards. He ended up 3rd in that one.
Hi, my name is Canyon Richards. I'm 11 years old. I live in Essex Manor, New Jersey. Riding here at the Las Vegas Supercross is a big experience because the next day you ride on the same exact Supercross track as the pros do, and they just tame it down a little bit, and I love the jumps here. Hi, my name is Canyon Richards, and you're watching Supercross Live.
Well, Mike, getting ready for our women main event race. Check that. That is. Get that figured out. It should be 51 limited 4 to 8-year-old. I apologize about that. And women will follow. Then we'll get into our track maintenance. So this is our 51 limited 4 to 8-year-olds. Looking forward to the interview coming up here with Kalana Humphrey and that title for the 65, 10-11. Let's send down to the podium. And Sarah Jessica.
I'm on the podium with Kalana Humphrey, sweeping the 65cc category today. Mike is here to give you your 2nd award for the day. So Kalana, that was a pretty special race for you, and I heard that your seat fell off?
Yeah, my seat fell off in the sand section. Luckily, I got to a pretty good start and had a pretty good lead. So I just rode the whole race without my seat and had fun.
Pretty special. There you go. And the checkered flag was waving just for you at the end. How does it feel to sweep 2 competitions today?
It feels amazing. This is what we came for. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, BTO, Alpine Stars, Deus, 100%, Husqvarna, John, Nolan, my dad, Dylan, Emily, Carrie, everybody that's been helping me out, Husqvarna, Agio, and everybody else that I forgot. Thank you so much for making this happen.
Congratulations to Kalana Humphrey.
I tell you, he is on his way. He is on his way to a professional career in motocross, but he's already got the professional interviews down pat. Podium interviews, he's got it covered.
Yeah, I think we have a superstar in the making right there.
Yes, indeed.
He even has the look, and the style. Yeah, it's cool, way cool. All right, let's go to our 51 limited 4 to 8-year-olds out on the track right now. Matthew Cruz with a great start early. Darren Pine, Henry Buck Carversek is in there. Gage Dunham, Wyatt Thurman, and the rest of the crew. Maverick Snyder, Sawyer Geck, Evan Blair back out there, Gage Kerr and Elliot Kavanaugh, some of the riders. Here we go, up in the CBDMD corner.
Well, Matthew Cruz
finished one more time.
Cruz finished 15th in moto number 1, so a whole shot here. He's sitting in 2nd now. Whoa! Matthew Cruz and Darren Pine airing out the finish line. I did not see that coming.
I noticed.
Wow.
That was way cool. Gage Dunham out front, Matt Cruz, Darren Pine, Wyatt Thurman, Henry Buck Carversek in 5th, Cash Kane, Jacob Badgley, and Matt Naranjo. These guys going at a 4 to 8-year-olds, Mike.
And Darren Pine getting tangled up just a bit there. So right now, Gage Dunham going to be out front. Mohawk and all. Look around the outside, though. Matthew Cruz. Dunham says, you're not going inside. No, that's the 247 of Wyatt Thurman.
Yeah.
So Thurman up to the number 2 spot now. Thurman jumping into that dragon spin. Look at Thurman.
Nice
Thurman comes up a little bit short.
Lost a little bit of time there. Gage Dunham pulling away out in the back section of our track as they come back towards us inside the stadium. Remember Thurman earlier today, man, he put on a show. I think it was a 4 to 6 class, so we will see if he can make a move here on Gage Dunham. That Matthew Cruz in the 3rd spot. Henry Buck Carversek, Darren Pine, and Cash Kane, your top 6 here. It is getting rough down there.
Well, this is the worst the sand is going to be all day. We've got a track break coming up, and these little guys, they are handling it like champs. As you can see there, the 247 diving to the inside. He's going to jump the finish line, comes up short. Oh, wow. Still hold on to it, though. Look at Gage, though. Dunham strikes right back, trying to come back to the inside.
Yep, Dunham trying to stay in there, stick a wheel inside. As Thurman now in the lead. Gage Dunham in that second spot, hanging with them. And they both double out of that section. And double into this one, tabletop. And they will double there as well. So Gage Dunham seeing how it's done by Wyatt Thurman there, trying to learn a couple new lines and see if he can take this thing down to the wire.
And look at it. Wow, Gage is Dunham right there, jumping up into the Dragon's back as well. Down Monster Alley they go. Onto the backside track. First and second have started stretching out just a bit. Still great ride for third place rider Matthew Cruz, who finished 15th in Moto number 1. He's running in third here in this one. Henry Buck Carvasek in the number 4 spot, and Darren Pine in the number 5 spot. Darren Pine finished second in Moto number 1. He's sitting in 5th right now. Wyatt Thurman, your winner for Moto number 1. He wants a 1-1 overall win for the national championship title. We'll see if he can get it. Got a little bit of traffic up ahead of him. Is he still going to go for it? He's going for it.
He gets up and over this time. It's Wyatt Thurman, Gage Dunham, and Henry Buck Carvasek, your top 3 51 limited 4 to 8-year-olds. The 247 of Wyatt Thurman out of Temecula, California in the shift. 100% Nost Mika Metals, Neo Synthetics, CD boots, and factory backing.
Whoa. He literally just slid the back in and railed that corner, squared it off. Wyatt Thurman is on a mission here in this one. He's got a great line through this Dragon back as well. He doubles into the Dragon's back, doubles again, bounces through, doubles out. Thurman right there out front, 4.3 seconds ahead of Dunham. Carvasek in the number 3 spot. Now Cruz drops to 4th there, and Pine in 5th. Bagley in the number 6 spot. Naranjo in the number 7 spot. Timmerman in 8th, and Schneider in the 9th. Schneider in 9th and Snyder in 10th.
Keeps looking over his shoulder. Where's Dunham? Where's Dunham? Every chance he gets, he's looking over, but he doesn't need to. He is 5 seconds ahead of Gage Dunham. Watch here. No, he doesn't do it, but he has been looking back to see where he is. Look at Wyatt Thurman out front, the 247, jumping the finish. Coming across one more lap here.
There he looks over once again, as you were talking about. There's Dunham right there in the number 2 spot, 5.2 seconds back from Thurman. Carvasek in the number 3 spot. Cruz in the 4. Pine in the 5. You can see first and second there, the rhythm section length apart. Thurman exiting that rhythm section as Dunham entering the rhythm section.
So Dunham, the number 5 ride out of Golden, Colorado, 100% goggles, 7 gear, Headhunters, Mad Moto, the family, 6 guys, Ethica, and here 2 suspension here on your screen. Henry Buck Carvasek in the 3rd spot, the 0-0 ride out of Ventura, California, the PAX Racing sponsored ride.
Silver.
Dunham here coming around one more time. We'll go back to Thurman up front, the 247. Should be a white flag coming out this time around, I believe, Mike. As time is winding down, it is Wyatt Thurman on the 247 ride. Trying to get around a couple guys there. There's the white flag.
Oh, checkered flag.
Okay, so now the checkered there.
Checkered flag.
We were quite a bit over our time, so I guess they threw the checkered out for that one. So it's Wyatt Thurman taking the win. Gage Dunham ends up 2nd. We might have missed the white flag because he did have the white flag in his hand, so you and I might have missed it, actually. Henry Buck Carvasek, Matthew Cruz is 4th, Darren Pine 5th, and Jacob Badgley in that 6th spot. Maddox Timmerman, as we're waiting for him to come across, make sure Badgley is 6th, yep, and Timmerman there is 7th. So taking it in, it's Wyatt Thurman with a 1-1, Mike, and we have a new national champion, and we'll bring him up and see how this interview goes.
I'm pumped for Wyatt Thurman. 247 was my dad's racing number in the 70s. Passed it on to me. It was my racing number. I've never met Wyatt Thurman, but just the fact that he's number 247, I am pumped that he has won the number of national championship.
That's your Instagram handle, Garrison 247.
Exactly. That's why. A lot of people think it's 24/7. No, it's 247.
There you go.
My racing number. As these guys get lined up here, coming up next.
I want to remind everyone real quick, sorry Mike,
You're
is
good.
the November 16th. It's the NBC Sports Network Supercross Futures highlight show. So make sure you set to record that show November 16th, 9 to 10 p.m. NBC Sports Network. It's a Supercross Futures highlight show. Please, a lot of footage from here and from other events around the country this year. That's going to be cool that they're giving the amateurs an hour spotlight for their show. It's November 16th from 9 to 10 p.m. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome for sure. On the line, we've got our women's class for Moto number 2, our final Moto here before we take a quick track break. In this, we got Melissa Brosh, Maya Burkestall, Raquel Morris, Skylar McBurnett, Amy Kwok, Taylor Allred, Gussie Greenwell, Brianna Nation, Lauren Volunteer, Lisa Bomar, Landry Hazen, Ashley Avalos, Shoemaker, Ross Gibbert, Naranjo, Hyman, Hajewski, Barnes, and Alvarez. Let's send it down to Sarah Jessica on the podium with our national champion.
I'm here with the winner of the 51cc division, ages 4 through 8. It's Wyatt Thurman. We're up here too with Mike Pelletier from AMA. He's going to give you your championship plate. Such an exciting, intense race out there. What do you think set you apart from everyone else today?
I don't know. I felt like I was just hitting my line smooth, and I got to a decent start that last time, but there wasn't a lot of people hitting that Dragon's back, and that was just one of the things I was doing, so I think that kind of pulled me away a little bit. But I just felt like I was hitting all my lines smooth, and yeah.
You obviously crossed the finish line first, but a lot of people have been having trouble with the sand. What do you think is the most challenging part of today's track?
The sand.
The sand is a killer. We've got more action coming up. That's it for us at the podium. Congratulations to Wyatt Thurman.
Well, we get set here for our women's class, Moto number 2. Once again, after this, we're going to have a short track maintenance break, and then we'll be back to all the live action right here on supercrossfutures.com. As they're looking for the gate to drop here in this one, women's Moto number 2. Off and underway. The 34 right there, all red. No, it's going to be, I believe that's the 96.
Landry Hazen.
Yeah, 90 of Landry Hazen.
Who they battled earlier in that first moto today, so.
Yeah, Hazen actually taking the Moto number 1 win away from Allred. They've got a clean start out front together. This is going to shape up to be a good one in this one as well. It's all going to come down to this for the national championship title between these two. Whoever wins between these two in this moto will be crowned your women's national champion. Landry Hazen right there. She takes the inside line. Allred right there behind her in the number 2 spot. Allred already trying down the inside.
Yeah, trying to make a move there. Yeah, she has to single through that section. That might lose a little bit of time. So it's Hazen, Taylor Allred, Melissa Brosh, Shanate Bergeron, Skylar McBurnett, and Kristen Gibbert. The top 6 early in this one. Gina Alvarez, Amy Kwok, Ashley Avalos, and Shoni Shoemaker.
Oh!
Hang on. Here comes Allred outside. Sometimes this line's faster because you can double through here.
Allred with a good line, like you say, around the outside. Not going to be quite close enough to make anything happen out of it. Out of Monster Alley they go, outside the stadium. Still 3:30 left to go here in this one. Landry Hazen out front, your Moto number 1 winner. Melissa Brosh in the 3 spot still. Bergeron in 4th, and Gina Alvarez round out your top 5. Back through the sand, and right now, Hazen stretching her lead out just a little bit here on Taylor in 2nd.
She is. Looking good. Hazen on the number 90 ride out of Bay City. Real Deal, MCR, TCD, Fly, Elusive Glove, 6D, and Mobius helping her out. Allred, the 34 ride out of Riverton on the KTM Orange Brigade. Fly, Scott, Monster Energy ride. Here's a battle, Mike.
Boy, look at this. Allred up the inside right here. Allred's got the line going in the corner. Hazen's going to have to cut under. Oh, makes a little mistake there. Dabs her foot. That's going to allow Allred. Oh, Allred actually tripling out of that section. Back onto the Dragon's back they go. Allred out front now. Hazen in 2nd. Landry Hazen, she's got to keep Allred in her sights.
Well, she is. They are right there, 1 and 2. Allred, Hazen, Melissa Broch still third. Shanate Bergeron in the fourth, and Gina Alvarez top 5 in this one. See the shadows now kind of kicking in as we're in October months of fall, and the sun's setting a little earlier here. We still have some classes to go. I'm wondering if we might have to turn the lights on here. Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, we'll see. But it is Allred and Hazen, 1 and 2 in our women's class. Coming up, like you said, is a track maintenance up next. Then we'll get into our 85cc, Open B, 35 plus, and the rest of the classes. Here is Allred and Hazen, 1 and 2 in our women's class here.
And Allred
with a second in that first one, Mike.
Yep, that's exactly where I was headed with that. She's looking at an overall win here with a 2-1. Back to the Dragons, back the Orange Brigade KTM rider. Down Monster Alley, out of the stadium she goes.
Perfect. Gets through there, heads back inside. You see a bunch of battles in front of her. She's going to have to navigate through them. So if Hazen gets close enough, could take advantage of it. I don't think she is right now. We're still waiting for her to come up. There she is. Back of the screen, right side of the screen. Here is Allred coming across. One more time. Leading our women's class. All right, there is Hazen. I saw her landing, so she is closing in a little bit.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, in moto number 1, Allred got kind of tied up with some lap traffic, and that's what allowed Hazen to catch back up and stay in contention for the win. So we'll see if that happens again here in this one. Situations like this where Allred can't do any of that rhythm section. Hazen going double-double.
Closing in. Those lappers are helping, but she's got to stick with her and make a move and take a different line here through the lappers as well. So she gets past them here, and then to Monster Alley, she can open that thing up and try to gain a little ground.
Back around through the sweeper here, coming out of Monster Alley, back into the stadium. Now we're looking at Landry Hazen. Hazen, about a straightaway length back right now from your race leader, Taylor Allred. Through the sand they go. They're going to be getting the white flag this time around.
All right, Allred over the tunnel. Around the right end, there is the white flag with some lappers. Oh, if she would have jumped that, if Hazen would have jumped that, would have helped tremendously. Allred having some lapper issues here. Goes inside there. Here we go.
Here comes Hazen now. Hazen needs a clean line through this rhythm section. Whoa, Hazen. Landry still doubling.
Doubles there. Not going to be enough, I don't think, Mike.
Allred's got a pretty healthy lead. She got through the lappers a lot better here in moto number 2 than she did in moto 1. Back around onto the backside, up and over the Dragons back they go. The 34 of Taylor Allred out of Riverton. KTM Orange Brigade, Fly Racing, Scott, Lynx, Monster Energy Rider.
Hazen on the 90 in second. Real Deal, Fly, Elusive Gloves, Stevens Cycle, and FMF.
Well, here comes Allred now up to the CBD MD grandstand corner, dropping down one final time. Up and over the tunnel. Takes the inside line here, and the checkered flag awaits Taylor Allred, your women's national champion here as Supercross Futures from Vegas. Taylor Allred going 2-1 for the overall national championship title. That is going to give Landry Hazen a second overall with a 1-2 finish. Melissa Broch going to round out the top 3 overall as she comes around here for a third place finish. That'll be a 3-3 for her. So great ride there for Taylor Allred as she is crowned a national champion here in this one. Shanate Bergeron should be coming around in 4th. Gina Alvarez in 5th. And there you see Allred coming off the track, getting set to head up towards the podium. And as we wait for Taylor to get up onto the podium there, let's take a look at a rider spotlight with Taylor Allred, your new national champ.
My name name's Taylor Allred. I'm 16 years old. My number is 34, and I'm from Riverton, Utah. The Supercross Futures is a really neat experience for all of us amateurs. It gets us like a good insight of what it's going to be like when we go pro.
Set to head down to the podium. As Dave's been saying, don't forget something super special coming to NBC Sports. Dave, what do you got?
Yep, it is the NBC Sports Supercross Futures Highlight Show, and that is November 16th from 9 to 10 p.m. Have a lot of footage from today and some other rounds throughout the year, so make sure you watch that. November 16th, 9 to 10 p.m., NBC Sports Network. It is a Supercross Futures Highlight Show. I can't wait to see that, Mike. We've had some great action today, so I'm sure we'll see some of the clips from today.
You could probably have an hour-long highlights reel just from today.
Easily, and we still have 9 classes to go. Maybe some interviews on the podium as well. Kalena Humphrey, how about that guy? I like it. I like it. All right, we're getting ready with Taylor Allred, our national champion in the women's class. And after this, we're going to have a track maintenance. That'll be about a half hour long. Then we'll get into our last 9 motos, starting with 85cc 9 to 15, then Open B, 35 plus, Open C, and 51 limited 6 to 8. Open A will be after that. Schoolboy, 30 plus, and 65cc 7 to 9. So don't go anywhere. We do have a lot of racing left this evening. You see the tractors coming out on the track right now. Get ready to clean that up for our final 9 races. All right, let's throw down the podium when Sarah Jessica with your new national champion, Taylor Allred.
Congratulations to Taylor Allred, the winner of the women's division today. We're up here with Mike Pelletier from AMA, giving you the inaugural championship plate. Here you are, the first woman up on this podium, representing a huge range of people who want to be here just like you. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I can't thank my whole sponsors enough, especially the KTM Orange Brigade crew. You know, I wouldn't be where I am today without them, and my parents. The track was really good today. Didn't have the track maintenance before, which was pretty fun, you know, so it was rough.
We're talking about Supercross Futures. What do you see for yourself in the future, as well as all of the women in Supercross?
Honestly, anything's possible for all women in this sport. You know, the Futures is an amazing organization to get us a good idea of what it's going to be like when we go pro.
Well, congratulations. It's Taylor Allred, the winner of the women's division.
Thank you.
All right, Mike, we're going to go to a track maintenance here. So thank you all for logging in and joining us on supercrossfutures.com. Probably be down for a little bit, and we will be back for our 9 final races of the day, starting with our 85cc 9 to 15. That's race 16, followed by Open B and 35 plus. It's going to be a good final few races, Mike.
It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, the track crew doing their final track maintenance break here. And like Dave said, we'll be back very shortly. Stay with us right here on supercrossfutures.com. I'm Mike Garris along with Dave Derringer. We'll be back very shortly to get racing back underway.